The era of Beast Girls begins with a pact with an SSS-Level School Beauty. Greetings, fellow multiversal adventurers. It's an honor to have you back in this saga that has us all hooked. Official channel statement: this story is 100% epic fiction. So please don't attempt real magic, the results aren't guaranteed and insurance won't cover it. The rights to this masterpiece belong entirely to its brilliant original author. We are just a barge sharing it with you. Do you want to keep being part of this amazing community? Join our ninja army of subscribers on YouTube and give this content a like. And for true fans, our Patreon has exclusive ninjutsu waiting for you. Chapter 476 Mythical Template. Two colossal, ferocious beasts stood on opposite sides, guided by a mysterious power, their upgrade resources flowing into their bodies, transforming into the purest power of rules that merged into their forms. The Xiao Ye Emperor and the Starry Sky Beast, their eyes closed, were both in a state of enlightenment. Profound insights surged through their minds. With each fragment of rules entering and fusing, their understanding grew increasingly profound. Gu Qingchang watched from afar, feeling she had gained a wealth of knowledge. However, she also had many questions. Old Gu, the cultivation resources in the Holy Realm are fragments of rules. I've absorbed over 100 fragments of fate-related rules before, so why hasn't my aptitude improved? The gluttonous Emperor and the Starry Sky Beast are also absorbing fragments of rules now. Gu Qingchang rolled her eyes, speechless. Absorbing fragments of rules is just the surface. You use them to improve your realm, but do you know where they use them? To improve their templates and aptitude, they improve their foundation. Gu Qingchang pondered, and upon closer reflection, deeply felt Xiao Ye's terrifying power. They both use fragments of rules, but others only improve their realm, while he can improve a person's foundation. A tall building starts from the ground up. A solid foundation allows for rapid advancement in cultivation realms and a higher ceiling. Old Gu, has your template been upgraded? Shenhen Gu Qingchang nodded. Of course, my husband will upgrade the templates for each of his beast girls. Only after upgrading our templates can we beast girls catch up with my husband, advance side by side, and not fall behind. Otherwise, when my husband becomes powerful, we'll just be small fry, and we won't deserve to stay by his side. Mythical level template. Gu Qingchang's eyes burned with desire, her desire to win over Xiao Ye intensifying. Now she understood why Ziran followed Xiao Ye, and why the other two sisters did as well. The allure of a mythical level template to humans was deadly. As time passed, the Xiao Ye Emperor and the Starry Sky Beast absorbed all the upgrade resources around them. Different phenomena erupted from their bodies. The Xiao Ye Emperor, possessing both devouring and creation attributes, transformed into a black hole celestial body, appearing as nothing but darkness. The Starry Sky Beast, on the other hand, shone like the sun, bursting with dazzling light, surrounded by endless starlight, as if countless planets revolved around it. The template upgrades for both were nearing completion. Both also awoke from their moment of enlightenment. Template upgrade complete, realm preservation function in progress. They discovered their realms had dropped to the mortal realm, back to their initial cultivation level. But they weren't panicked. The crystal cores and realm preservation resources surrounding them, under the influence of immense power, entered their bodies. The Xiao Ye Emperor and the Starry Sky Beast's realms soared like rockets. Mortal realm, Grandmaster realm, Great Grandmaster realm, Venerable realm. In just 1 hour, their realms returned to the Venerable realm. Gu Qingchang clicked her tongue in amazement. Was this a complete recultivation? A recultivation of a mythical level foundation? An SSS level saint realm naturally couldn't compare to a mythical level saint realm. It was like comparing an SS level to an SSS level saint realm. The difference in power was dozens of times. As time passed, a day went by. The Xiao Ye Emperor and the Starry Sky Beast's realms reached the supreme realm. Xiao Ye increased the power of the template adjuster again. The recovery speed of the two ferocious beasts' realms increased once again. Another day passed, and both of their realms recovered to the Saint realm. After recovering to the early stage of the Saint realm, the Xiao Ye Emperor's realm stopped rising. Target, mythical level Xiao Ye Emperor template. Template upgrade complete, realm retention successful. The template adjuster transmitted information, and Xiao Ye knew that the Xiao Ye Emperor template upgrade was complete. He controlled the Xiao Ye Emperor and withdrew its own extraordinary phenomena. Now, the Xiao Ye Emperor's body had grown from a colossal 5,000 meters to a colossal 10,000 meters, and the opening of its blood-red maw was 2,000 meters wide. Its cold fangs filled the entire oral cavity. Upon closer inspection, there were 10 rows of fangs on both the upper and lower jaws. In its oral cavity, there were nothing but fangs. Its long tongue seemed to have nowhere to go. Ziran exclaimed, "Is this a mythical level template? So powerful. My own innate skills have become even stronger. I've also comprehended 2 new innate skills. Black and white connection simultaneously transforms into a black hole and a white hole, the distance between the two spanning 10 light years. The black hole devours everything in the world, and the white hole spews out what it has devoured. Life manifestation manifests living beings. As long as the cosmic order allows their existence, no matter how rare or unusual the life form, it can be manifested. Previously, she could only manifest inanimate objects without life characteristics, but now she can manifest living beings. Whether they are creatures from Earth, from the universe, or from the void, they can all be manifested. Moreover, after her template was upgraded, her manifestation speed greatly increased, rising more than 200 times. Previously, it took 2 or 3 months to manifest inanimate objects at the Supreme Realm, but now it only takes a few hours. Manifesting inanimate objects at the Saint Realm only takes 2 or 3 days. Gu Qingchang looked at the black and gold-tailed Emperor and felt that it was even more majestic and domineering than before. The tailed Emperor from before looked disgusting, like a vicious demon. Now, however, he exudes imperial aura, radiating imperial power. Meanwhile, Zhang Zunu's original form, the Starry Sky Beast template, has also completed its upgrade. Her current realm has returned to the Saint Realm. However, she is still far from the perfect quasi-emperor realm. Under the influence of the vast power, the seals on the complete perseverance core and black hole core that Zhang Zunyu had placed around her beforehand were released, unleashing overwhelming power. The perseverance core and black hole core simultaneously entered the Starry Sky Beast's body. Roar! The Starry Sky Beast let out its most primal, ancient roar, its body flashing crimson and black. Her realm rapidly soared. Saint Realm Level 1, 2, 4, 6, 10. In just a day and a half, her realm returned to the perfect Saint Realm. The Quasi-Emperor realm is about condensing a body of rules. The body transforms into a body of rules. The Starry Sky Beast's cultivation level stopped rising, and the unused perseverance core and black hole core around her fell into a state of utter stillness. Gu Qingchang watched intently from afar. Her current cultivation level was at the peak of the Saint Realm. To advance further, she needed to condense a rule body and step into the Quasi-Emperor realm. Condensing a rule body was different from condensing an attribute body. The power of rules was something one level above attribute energy. The difficulty of the two was on completely different levels. In an instant, a crisp cracking sound emanated from the Starry Sky Beast, and streams of perfect and abundant rule power spread out. The entire space trembled violently. Even the bronze palace was affected, showing faint signs of being unable to withstand the pressure and about to collapse. Target, Starry Sky Beast, template upgrade completed, culture level retained successfully. The template adjuster transmitted information. Xiao Ye knew that Zhang Zunu's template had been upgraded, and her cultivation level had been restored to the peak of the Quasi-Emperor realm. Chapter 477 Gu Qingchang's Envy. The colossal star beast remained 10,000 meters in size, unchanged. But from a distance, Gu Qingchang saw only a dazzling starry sky, profound and vast. Its eyes, like an ancient, eternal heart and a black hole, radiated a brilliant yellow light and a vibrant, inky black. A single glance sent a shiver down Gu Qingchang's spine. Is this the peak of the mythical Quasi-Emperor realm? She exclaimed, somewhat shocked. The body of rules was formed in just 2 seconds? Standing before the star beast, she felt as if she were facing the entire starry sky, confronting it directly. Gu Qingchang felt incredibly small, insignificant. She had wanted to learn about forming a body of rules, but she had learned nothing. Gu Qingchang smiled and said, "You want to learn how to condense a body of rules from someone else? Don't waste your energy, it's useless. Everyone's attributes are different. Condensing a body of rules and a body of attribute energy are different in difficulty, but they have a similar essence. If you have good comprehension, you can condense a perfect body of rules in an instant. If you have poor comprehension, you may never be able to condense even a little bit in your entire life, and you will never be able to step into the Quasi-Emperor realm." Gu Qingchang opened her mouth, but couldn't speak. After a long pause, she managed to utter a few words. "Old Gu, how long did it take you to condense your rule body?" Gu Qingcheng, in her divine soul form, pondered for a moment, then recalled, Quasi-Emperor Realm? That was a long time ago, let me think. 2 months or a month? It should be a month and a half. Gu Qingcheng's face darkened. Jiang Zunu condensed her rule body in 2 seconds, reaching the peak of the Quasi-Emperor Realm, and we took a month and a half? I'm the Empress of Hangzhou. Our comprehension really that bad? Gu Qingcheng, in her divine soul form, smiled nonchalantly. It's different. Jiang Zunu condensed her rule body so quickly after upgrading her mythical template, I hadn't even upgraded my template yet. My situation back then was vastly different from yours now. Before my husband could upgrade my template, I had already advanced to the peak of the Quasi-Emperor Realm. Gu Qingcheng suddenly understood. Improving one's template and talent is a comprehensive improvement, aptitude, comprehension, foundation, potential, and so on. The Starry Sky Beast enhanced Jiang Zunu's talent, and her potential in all aspects also increased hundreds of times, including her comprehension. Jiang Zunu's comprehension, previously at a near mythical level, became terrifying after the enhancement. Thinking this way, Gu Qingcheng felt that Jiang Zunu's ability to condense a perfect rule body in 2 seconds wasn't so astonishing. Mythical level template. Gu Qingcheng's beautiful eyes narrowed. She absolutely had to possess a mythical level template. And the prerequisite for possessing a mythical level template was to capture Xiao Ye and become his beast girl. After bouncing around twice, the Starry Sky Beast transformed back into a human body, Jiang Zunu, wearing a flowing fairy dress. Jiang Zunu returned to Gu Qingcheng's side, grinning, Mistress, little girl already has mythical level talent. In the myriad races of the universe, only those overlord level forces can possess mythical level talent. Gu Qingcheng nodded, looking at her with some envy. The myriad races of the universe likely encompass the entire known universe. Planets like Blue Star and Aquamarine Star probably wouldn't even rank at the bottom and wouldn't be included in the rankings. Yet Jiang Zunan's starting point is already comparable to cosmic overlord level power. How are you feeling now? She asked curiously. Jiang Zunan swung her fair fists twice, shattering the space in front of her and creating a void. She said somewhat eagerly, I'm much stronger than before, but I don't know exactly how much stronger. Mistress, can you fight me? I want to see just how much stronger I've become. Gu Qingcheng took 2 steps back and waved her hand. I'm only at the peak of the Saint Realm. Are you using me as a punching bag? No way. If they were to fight, the scene would be unimaginable. It would definitely be a one-sided battle, a crushing defeat. Jiang Zunan would crush Gu Qingcheng. Jiang Zunan was somewhat disappointed. Not having an opponent was also unpleasant. Gu Qingcheng smiled. If you want to spar, you should find someone at the peak of the Quasi-Emperor Realm to spar with, someone at your level. Jiang Zunu's beautiful eyes lit up. Are there any Quasi-Emperor Realm peak beings on Blue Star? Gu Qingcheng's smile faltered. Oh, there should be. Boom. A deafening roar resounded. The two looked into the distance, their pupils shrinking instantly. The black gold Xiao Ye Emperor, its body exuding an imperial aura, was gnawing down on a mountain range, devouring thousands of meters of it in one bite. The Xiao Ye Emperor chewed on the rocks in its mouth, crunching them like potato chips. A look of enjoyment even appeared on its face. The Xiao Ye is an ancient divine beast that devours everything, so it seems that by constantly eating, it can become stronger, right? Gu Qingcheng said somewhat uncertainly. Gu Qingcheng clicked her tongue. That's right. The gluttonous emperor grows stronger by eating. The more she eats, the stronger she gets. Right now she's gnawing on mountains, later she'll be gnawing on planets, stars, and even superplanetary planets. Ziren grows stronger by eating, dozens of times faster than by cultivating. Among us beast girls, besides Mu Qingsu, who cultivates the fastest, Ziren's realm advancement is the fastest. If nothing unexpected happens, Ziren's realm will soon surpass yours, catch up with Jiang Zunan, and even surpass Jiang Zunan. Gu Qingcheng was extremely envious. Gu Qingcheng chuckled, but don't underestimate yourself. Your realm may be surpassed, but your combat strength cannot be measured by your current realm. Our Destiny-type template is also very special. After we receive the empowerment of the future realm, even Ziren's combat strength cannot compare to ours. As our realm increases and our templates upgrade, we can use the power of the future to traverse multiple realms. Right now you can use the power of a major realm higher than your current realm. Later, you can use the power of 2 or 3 major realms higher than your current realm. Upon hearing this, Gu Qingcheng felt that the gluttonous emperor didn't seem so appealing anymore. Her own template was still better. Jiang Zunyu suddenly exclaimed excitedly, "Mistress, look! What is the Lord doing?" Gu Qingcheng looked over. She saw dozens of devouring and creation-type rule fragments appear around the gluttonous emperor. The gluttonous emperor swallowed them whole, crunching them crisply before consuming them. Boom! Boom! In less than 2 hours, the Taoid Emperor's cultivation level rose from the first stage of the Saint Realm to the fourth stage. It had progressed from the early stage of the Saint Realm to the middle stage. After reaching the fourth stage, the Taoid Emperor's cultivation level stopped rising rapidly. Then, the Taoid Emperor Beast disappeared, and Xiao Ye and Ziran appeared in their sight. Ziran's pretty face was full of satisfaction. She said, "These 80 fragment crystals are enough for our summoned beasts to consume for a while. You've eaten your fill." Xiao Ye laughed. "Sister Ziran, you've been fed, haven't you?" Ziran nodded. "Yes, I'm full, my stomach is bloated." Chapter 478 Empress, I want him to live off my money. Ziran changed the subject. Being able to break through 3 minor ranks at once is due to my accumulated strength, plus the residual energy from the rule fragments absorbed during the upgrade to the mythical template. The rule fragments we just ingested are only beginning to digest. It will probably take some time to fully digest them. Gu Qingcheng and Jiang Zunyu flashed to their side. Gu Qingcheng smiled and said, "Taoidi are all about growing stronger by eating. Can you feel it now? The speed at which the rule fragments in your stomach are digesting is much faster than the speed at which you absorb them by hand." Ziran sensed the situation within her body, her beautiful eyes lighting up. "It's true. In just this short time, I've already digested 1/10 of a fragment crystal. I estimate I can digest a complete rule fragment crystal in half a day. If I can digest 2 a day, that's 200 in 100 days. Hiss. Ziran gasped. At this absorption speed, she could advance to the quasi-sacred perfection realm within a year. This cultivation speed was simply astonishing. It's worth noting that it took her almost a year to go from entering the supreme realm to reaching its peak, and even then, she was still considered the top genius of the older generation in the capital. At this moment, Ziran, Gu Qingcheng, and Jiang Zunyu sensed something, and their gazes all turned towards Xiao Ye. They saw Xiao Ye float up, his eyes tightly closed, his once sharp, resolute face now calm, and his aura suddenly surged. First tier Great Venerable, second tier Great Venerable, third tier Great Venerable, fourth tier Great Venerable. His aura increased dramatically, sweeping around him like a whirlwind, causing the 3 women's hair to fly wildly and their clothes to flutter loudly. Gu Qingcheng and Jiang Zunyu were both extremely surprised. How could Xiao Ye, the Lord, have broken through so many times in such a short time? Ziran crossed her arms, a knowing expression on her face. She and Xiao Ye were both summoners of the contracted beast, Tao Di Wang. With Tao Di Wang's realm advancing, their own realms as summoners would also increase accordingly. However, she had some doubts. The gluttonous emperor had advanced 3 minor ranks in the Saint Realm. How much could Xiao Ye advance in the Great Venerable Realm? Xiao Ye's aura grew stronger and stronger, the sounds of him breaking through realms echoing continuously. Puff puff puff. Puff puff puff. His realm advanced like a hot knife through butter, without any hindrance. Great Venerable 5th rank, Great Venerable 6th rank, Great Venerable 7th rank. He broke through to the Great Venerable 10th rank, the Great Perfection. Xiao Ye opened his eyes, the surrounding raging winds completely dissipating. He looked at his hands with a smile, feeling the powerful force within his body. He. Breaking through 10 minor ranks at once, this feeling is truly exhilarating. He laughed loudly. It was that laughter that felt somewhat sinister. Jiang Zunyu, hearing this sinister laughter, seemed to remember something, and a chill ran down her spine. Back then, after her lord laughed like that, he would. She looked at Gu Qingcheng, her pretty face flushing, a trace of pity appearing in her pure and beautiful eyes, like autumn water. Gu Qingcheng slapped her long, fair legs, suddenly realizing, I know. This is feedback from the Summoned Beast's realm upgrade. No wonder Xiao Ye suddenly broke through several realms in a row. If it's feedback from the Summoned Beast's realm upgrade, then it makes sense. Gu Qingcheng thought to herself, Old Gu, isn't her husband the one with the fastest cultivation speed? Her divine soul Gu Qingcheng shook her index finger. No. Gu Qingcheng frowned. Her divine soul Gu Qingcheng laughed. My husband doesn't need to cultivate at all. His leveling speed is the fastest. When we cultivate and break through, he gets the upgrade feedback. The fastest leveling speed, not the fastest cultivation speed. Gu Qingcheng rolled her eyes. Wasn't it the same thing? Shenhen Gu Qingcheng raised an eyebrow. The way I'm saying it, it sounds like my husband is just a freeloader. Don't you despise him? Gu Qingcheng replied without hesitation. Why would I despise him? I even want him to be my freeloader and form a contract with me. Shenhen Gu Qingcheng. She was about to change her mind. At this moment, Xiao Gu was already pouting, like a fish in water, waiting for Xiao Ye's hook to go in. If Xiao Ye's hook didn't go in, this little fish would probably try every means to get his hook in. Ziren patted Xiao Ye's waist and giggled. You've improved your cultivation level, and your physique has become stronger too. That's great. Xiao Ye's smile froze. He guessed that Ziren was thinking about something inappropriate again. We've finished upgrading. We've been here for 3 or 4 days, it's time to head out. We still need to collect Zigger's resources to upgrade her template. 100 auspicious and cursed rule fragments in total. The 4 of them passed through the blue light gate, exited the bronze hall, and returned to the Hangzhou City Lord's palace. After learning of Xiao Ye's needs, Gu Qingcheng volunteered. Xiao Ye, I know 2 chaotic spaces where I can extract auspicious and cursed rule fragments. I'm currently at the great perfection of the Saint Realm. If I extract 100 fragments, it will only take 2 years. If those 2 chaotic spaces weren't so high level, I could reduce the time by half. Chaotic spaces also have different levels: Supreme, Quasi-Saint, Saint, Quasi-Emperor. The rarer the rule fragment, the higher the level of the chaotic space it resides in. Gu Qingcheng's pretty face was full of smiles, her beautiful eyes brimming with joy. Being able to help Xiao Ye made her happy. To her surprise, Xiao Ye shook his head. 2 years? That's too long. The chaotic space is far too dangerous. A slight misstep could cost you your life. There's no need to go there. Gu Qingcheng's smile froze, a sense of disappointment rising within her. She asked, puzzled, rule fragments are only easily extracted from the chaotic space. How can we obtain rule fragments without going there? Xiao Ye's lips curled into a smile. Having completely trusted the Empress of the voyage after their previous encounter, he said with a smile, are there auspicious or cursed magical beasts in Hangzhou? I have a way to extract rule fragments from them. Gu Qingcheng was shocked. Extract rule fragments from magical beasts? Ziren patted her shoulder, grinning, that's right. We went to the special secret realms in Hangzhou before to kill magical beasts and obtain rule fragments. Gu Qingcheng's pupils contracted, a deep shock appearing in her beautiful eyes. Xiao Ye had such a simple and practical ability? She felt increasingly mysterious about Xiao Ye. Sensing that he possessed an endless stream of extraordinary abilities, each one astonishing. Extracting fragments of rules from magical beasts was something she had never heard of. No one on Blue Star could do it. To extract such fragments, one had to go into the treacherous chaotic space. Report. A messenger's urgent voice suddenly came from outside the door. Gu Qingcheng vanished in a flash, appearing outside. The matters reported to the City Lord's palace were all major events that threatened the very foundation of Hancheng, requiring her personal attention. The messenger knelt on one knee, clasped his hands, and said, Your Majesty, a powerful force has seized all the secret realms of Hancheng, intending to take them all in one fell swoop. Gu Qingcheng's expression changed drastically. If you are listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means it was downloaded and re-uploaded without effort. We warmly invite you to visit our channel, Fanfic World. There you will find the original version of this story and many other novels of various genres. We look forward to seeing you dive into a world of incredible novels. Chapter 479 Zhang Zunyu, I'm going to wipe out the hidden imperial clan right now. Gu Qingcheng was burning with rage. Her reputation as the Empress of Hangzhou had spread throughout the entire Dragon Kingdom. In the Dragon Kingdom, how dare a force openly rob her in Hangzhou? They were incredibly audacious, truly disregarding her, the Empress of Hangzhou. Gu Qingcheng's face darkened, and she asked in a deep voice, which major force is it? The messenger guard replied, I don't know. Their clothing is very retro, with the character Wu engraved on the back. They should be from the Wu family, but there is no major Wu family force within the Dragon Kingdom. Some second or third-rate forces have the surname Wu, but after our investigation, the force that came is not them. Gu Qingcheng's brows furrowed deeply. her eyebrows forming a deep frown. The Wu family? The Wu family in the capital, even their patriarch was only at the Saint Realm. Even if they mobilized all their forces, they couldn't possibly forcibly seize all the special secret realms in Hangzhou. Besides her, the Empress of Hangzhou, there were many powerful generals under her command, including 2 Saint Realm level experts, and the rest were supreme and quasi-saint level. But besides the Wu family of the capital, where else in the world is there a powerful Wu family? Gu Qingcheng's beautiful eyes flashed with a sharp light. If they weren't from the capital, then this Wu family could only be from the realm of rules. Only the hidden families within the realm of rules would dress and be armed in such an ancient style. The messenger guard's expression was solemn as he said, "Your Majesty, those Wu family disciples are all arrogant and domineering. Their cultivation level is several levels higher than our soldiers in Hangzhou. Even the 2 General Xiangs were no match for them and were forcibly expelled from the secret realm. Yesterday, our secret realm in Hangzhou lost contact with us and was forcibly occupied. Our soldiers are staring at the ineffective entrance to the secret realm, completely helpless." Gu Qingcheng's eyes turned cold. "I understand. You may leave now. Tell the soldiers not to act rashly. I will handle this personally." "Yes," the messenger guard replied firmly, his eyes gleaming with excitement. In his mind, as long as the Empress of Hangzhou took action, there was nothing she couldn't accomplish. All difficulties were nothing but clay chickens and earthenware dogs before her, easily shattered with a single blow. Even the 2 Shuang generals couldn't last a single move against the Empress. The messenger guard left. Gu Qingcheng returned to the living room, her aura frighteningly low, her body temperature dropping accordingly. Xiao Ye, Ziran, and Zhang Zunan, who were chatting idly, noticed her state and stopped their conversation. Ziran asked, "Qingcheng, what's wrong?" Gu Qingcheng looked at Xiao Ye and said, "Xiao Ye, the special secret realm of cursed magical beasts in Hangzhou may no longer exist. It's been forcibly taken over." Xiao Ye found it unbelievable. Who dares to steal a secret realm from Hangzhou? Are they out of their minds? Zhang Zunan rubbed her hands together, her pretty face full of excitement, and said, "Mistress, which bastard dares to cause trouble in Hangzhou? I'll go and uproot him." Gu Qingcheng said directly, "The Wu family of the Rule Realm." Ziran raised an eyebrow. "The hidden family Wu family? Isn't that a small family that relies on the hidden imperial family Wu Yang family? 1,000 years ago. This family didn't even have a quasi-emperor level expert on the surface, yet they dared to openly act arrogantly in the mortal world. The 3 major powers of the Rule Realm and the imperial capital of the mortal world have regulations. Hidden families cannot act arbitrarily in the mortal world, otherwise they will face a united resistance from the mortal world." Gu Qingcheng speculated, perhaps they have a hidden imperial family backing them up. Perhaps their actions this time were orchestrated by the hidden imperial clan. Xiao Ye's lips curled into a smile. The hidden imperial clan, the Yang family? This is interesting. Yunbing and Yunzai's parents were captured by the hidden imperial clan, their fate unknown. There's also a rift between the hidden imperial clan and the hidden Xie family. Yunbing, Yunzai, and Ziran are all his beast girls, which means the hidden imperial clan, the Yang family, has a conflict with him, Xiao Ye. An irreconcilable conflict of life and death. Zhang Zunan rose up in rebellion, patting her proud chest with her right hand, and laughed, "My lord, my mistress, I'm going to wipe out this Yang family right now. It's time to let Lan Xing see how powerful my little maid is." After she finished speaking, she walked towards the door, but turned back halfway. Zhang Zunyu scratched her head and said, "My lord, where's the realm of rules? The basic information about Blue Star you transmitted to me didn't mention its location." Gu Qingcheng pressed her shoulder. "Don't worry, the Yang family is the mastermind, but that's just my guess, not certain yet. Our most urgent task is to retrieve those special secret realms that were taken from Hangzhou." Xiao Ye nodded. "Sister Qingcheng is right, the hidden imperial clans are there, there's no rush to go now. Right now, we need to get back what's in Hangzhou. I also want to slay magical beasts and obtain the crystal fragments of rules." The 3 of them and the little maid immediately set off for the main hall of the Hangzhou secret realm. Outside the main hall of the Hangzhou secret realm, rows of Hangzhou residents stood, all looking worried. What happened? They haven't let anyone into the secret realm for days. This is unprecedented in Hangzhou. Could it be that the Empress is training in the secret realm, so they've deployed heavy troops to guard it and prohibit everyone from entering? Nonsense. When the Empress came to train in the secret realm before, she only closed one entrance, not all of them. I reckon something serious has happened. Did you see, even the two General Xions are in the main hall? Yes, something serious must have happened. The managers and staff at the entrances to the secret realm halls aren't allowed to enter. Hearing this, a somber atmosphere descended upon the thousands of people in the square, each filled with worry. Suddenly, someone at the edge of the square exclaimed excitedly, "Look everyone, Her Majesty the Empress is here." Hearing this, the thousands of people turned their gazes towards the outside, their spirits lifting. Their previous somber demeanor seemed to have vanished completely. "Greetings, Your Majesty the Empress." "Greetings, Your Majesty the Empress." "The Empress has arrived. We can expect to re-enter the secret realm tonight." Their eyes were filled with reverence as they parted to make way for Gu Qingcheng and her group. Gu Qingcheng glanced at them and then led the way into the main hall of the secret realm. Inside the hall, the atmosphere was tense, the air thick with the smell of gunpowder. Squads of soldiers stood guard calmly at the various teleportation entrances, so quiet you could hear a pin drop. Two burly Saint Realm generals were discussing countermeasures, but no matter how they discussed, they couldn't find a solution, their expressions extremely grave. "You remain still. Leave the matter of the reclusive martial families to us." Gu Qingcheng's clear, aloof voice rang out. The two generals immediately relaxed, their eyes lighting up with joy. They clasped their hands and said, "We obey your orders." Understood. With the Empress's intervention, the matter was considered resolved. Gu Qingcheng found the special secret realm of cursed magical beasts, which was special secret realm number 28. After sensing the original special coordinates of special secret realm number 28, she immediately tore open a special rift and led Xiao Ye, Ziran, and Jiang Zunan inside. Chapter 480 The Empress takes action, turning the tide. The three people and a young maid traversed the void through a dark, lightless special rift, arriving before the location of the secret realm. A small point of light flickered in the endless, dim void. Seeing that the small point of light was still there, Gu Qingcheng breathed a sigh of relief. This small point of light was the external manifestation of the secret realm. If the light disappeared or dimmed, it meant that the secret realm had been completely destroyed and no longer existed, or that the core of the secret realm had been forcibly plundered and absorbed, losing its vitality as a small dimensional world. This secret realm is imprisoned, and access is blocked, so the teleportation array in the secret realm's main hall is ineffective. Gu Qingcheng's expression improved slightly, but her face remained cold. She had recognized these secret realm cores as her master, and she tried to open a gap to enter by activating the access to the secret realm cores. But the small point of light did not react at all. Gu Qingcheng snorted coldly. As expected, they used a supreme treasure to block the secret realm cores. Even I, the master, cannot enter smoothly. But this did not deter her. As a Saint Realm Great Perfection cultivator, entering a dimensional secret realm would be a piece of cake. Boom! A deafening roar erupted as Gu Qingcheng raised her middle finger, unleashing the power of a Saint Realm cultivator, and pointed it at the small point of light. A beam of energy shot out, striking the small point of light. A crisp cracking sound rang out. An extremely unstable special rift appeared. "Go!" Gu Qingcheng shouted, leading the way into the rift. Jiang Zunan waved her hand, forming an energy shield around Ziran and Xiao Ye, then followed Gu Qingcheng inside. The energy shield, drawn by Jiang Zunan, also entered. This extremely unstable special passage was rife with special turbulence and special storms. The special turbulence contained random teleportation and countless special blades and special confinement effects. Being caught in it could result in death or being randomly teleported to some unknown corner of the universe. The special storm contained countless special blades, spatial compression, and spatial confinement effects. If one were struck by it, not even a complete corpse could be preserved. One would either be torn to shreds or compressed into a QR code. Yet, these spatial turbulence and spatial storms swept over the energy shield like drops of water falling into the ocean, without causing the slightest ripple. "This is a quasi-saint level special attack," Ziran murmured. After passing through the extremely unstable special passage, the four of them suddenly found themselves in the 28th special secret realm. But the scene within the secret realm now ignited their anger. The 28th special secret realm was shrouded in darkness, and the mountains, rivers, and oceans within were in complete disarray, as if the ground had been dug up and searched over and over again. In mid-air, the three of them and the maid took in the scene within the secret realm. Damn it! Are they trying to be ruthless? Not even a single magical beast is left. Ziran said with a gloomy face. Everywhere their eyes looked was chaos, not a single magical beast was to be seen, only bloodstains everywhere. If all the magical beasts were killed and the rule fragments needed for the upgrade were not obtained, how could she explain to Qin Zir and Yunbing? Gu Qingcheng didn't speak, but her beautiful eyes were filled with icy coldness, and her pretty face was extremely cold. Zhang Zunyu suddenly said, "My lord, mistress, there are people 10,000 meters underground. Those should be members of the Wu family. I counted, there are about 20 people, 4 of whom are at the Saint Realm, and the rest are at the Supreme Realm. The highest level is only at the late Saint Realm." She looked astonished. Well, these 2 little minions actually dare to come to the mistress's territory to steal things. They're really too bold. The crowd immediately went to where they were, intending to kill them all. At this moment, 10,000 meters underground in the center of the secret realm, in a spacious underground cave, a group of people dressed in retro clothing with a character Wu carved on the back of their clothes surrounded a group of soldiers from Hangzhou. The leader of the Wu family scoffed arrogantly, "Run. Why aren't you running anymore? You think we can't find you just because you're hiding here?" The 12 Hangzhou soldiers looked grave. Their captain said, "You Wu family openly plundered our Hangzhou secret realm. Aren't you afraid of being punished by Hangzhou?" The Wu family sneered. "Punishment? What can Hangzhou use to punish us? Our backsides? HMPH, even if everyone in Hangzhou attacked together, we wouldn't make a ripple. Besides, the news is blocked. Do you think anyone outside can find out about this?" The leader of the Wu family said impatiently, "Don't waste their breath, just kill them. This secret realm is almost completely looted. The progress on the other secret realms is about the same. Let's hurry back and report." Hearing this, the Hangzhou soldiers felt a growing unease. They huddled together, back to back, but their faces remained calm, showing no sign of panic. Boom! The Wu family's aura exploded, they were about to attack. The captain of the Hangzhou soldiers roared, "Kill! Charge out! Even if we self-destruct, we'll take these people with us, we'll perish together." Hearing this, the soldiers, filled with a death wish, each mobilized their template power, transforming into summoned beasts and beginning their self-destruction. A deafening bang rang out as the captain lunged at the Wu family leader. The summoned beasts were torn apart, flesh and blood flying everywhere, a blinding white light flashing. The power of a supreme realm self-destruction was on full display. The Wu family members retreated defensively. A second later, their eyes filled with disdain. "That's it? I thought they had some trump card, but that's all." The Wu family leader wiped the blood from his face, his eyes filled with malice, and said, "Kill them." They attacked without hesitation, charging towards the Hangzhou soldiers. Seeing their captain self-destruct, yet causing no harm to the Wu family, the Hangzhou soldiers felt a surge of despair. Their eyes turned red, and they followed suit, rushing towards the Wu family, beginning their own self-destruction. Just then, a domineering and arrogant voice rang out in the spacious underground cavern. "Stop!" It was the voice of the Empress of Hangzhou. With a wave of her hand, the power of a Saint Realm expert swept out, instantly immobilizing everyone present. Whether in midair or on the ground, their bodies and minds were completely frozen, unable to move an inch. The soldiers of Hangzhou were moved to tears, their eyes gleaming with hope. "The Empress has come. We're saved. Great. Our captain won't have died in vain. Empress, they killed our captain. You must avenge him." After regaining their mobility, the soldiers of Hangzhou shouted. Gu Qingcheng nodded, her icy gaze sweeping over the Wu family members. In an instant, the Wu family members felt a chill run through their bodies, as if they were in a frozen wasteland, experiencing a bone-chilling cold that seeped into their souls. The Wu family leader's expression changed drastically. Chapter 481 This boy is the strongest one. Empress of Hangzhou, what are you doing here? Wasn't the news supposed to be blocked? How did you get the information? The leader of the Wu family looked grim. They had already investigated the Empress of Hangzhou. She was a powerful figure at the peak of the Saint Realm. With his current late-stage Saint Realm cultivation, he was no match for her. Gu Qingcheng stared at him with icy eyes and replied curtly, "Where did those demonic beasts go?" There were 2 leaders in the Wu family, a pair of contractors, both at the late-stage Saint Realm. They carried a supreme treasure, which emitted a ripple, releasing Gu Qingcheng from her restraints. After regaining her mobility, The Wu family members were stunned to see this stunningly beautiful woman in white robes standing there, their eyes wide with amazement. Boss, why don't we kidnap her and take her back as entertainment? Yeah, so what if she's the Empress of Huangzhou? If we all go together, we can definitely take her down. At this moment, Zhang Zunan appeared with Ziran and Xiao Ye, appearing in everyone's sight. The Wu family members' eyes widened, almost popping out of their sockets. Two more stunning beauties had arrived. Their figures and looks were in no way inferior to the Empress of Hangzhou. Slurp, boss, let's just kidnap all three of them. We Wu family members don't have women this beautiful. Let's set up a brothel when we get back and capture beauties from the secular world. These Wu family members, completely disregarding the female contractors around them, spouted nonsense, their eyes burning with lust. The female contractors of the Wu family considered this perfectly normal and didn't say anything to stop them. As for Xiao Ye, standing behind Ziran and Zhang Zunan, they ignored him. A man standing behind women is nothing. Xiao Ye showed no emotion, his gaze as cold as a dead man as he looked at these people. His happiness was something these people couldn't understand at all. The leader of the Wu family shouted, "Shut up, all of you." The Wu family members were stunned. The leader's face was more solemn than ever before. He sensed the Empress's aura, as if it were mud sinking into the sea, never to return. He sensed a strong threat emanating from the stunningly beautiful woman in the purple dress. His gaze fell on Zhang Zunan, but he couldn't perceive anything, as if facing a vast, empty sky, and a chill ran through him. Escape. A decision automatically formed in his mind. Escape, only escape. These people were far more terrifying than he had anticipated. Staying here would only mean death. You go first, test these women's strength, the Wu family leader shouted, waving his hand. The Wu family members immediately attacked, unleashing a barrage of powerful techniques. Gu Qingcheng didn't even glance at them, suppressing them with a single wave of her hand. A deafening roar echoed. They were pressed to the ground, as if crushed by a mountain, even more terrifying than their previous confinement. At this moment, they couldn't even move their eyes, their minds went blank, their gazes glazed over, and their souls were violently impacted. A good opportunity. The two leaders, as if on cue, tore open a special rift, intending to escape. To abandon their comrades and flee. The next second, however, their expressions turned extremely grim. The space of this underground cavern seemed to have been reinforced layer by layer, no matter how much power they unleashed. They couldn't break through even a single special rift. Normally, they could shatter the thick cavern rocks with a single blow, but now, the rocks were like steel, they couldn't even leave a mark on them. Zhang Zunan grinned, hands on her hips, and said, "This space has been sealed off by little Nanan, so don't waste your energy. Honestly tell me where the magical beast went, and you'll die a little more comfortably. Tell me, where did the magical beast go?" she shouted sweetly. The two martial arts leaders' pupils shrank. So, the Empress of Hangzhou wasn't the strongest one, this seemingly harmless beauty was the most powerful. But the Empress of Hangzhou is already at the great perfection of the Saint Realm, so this Supreme Beauty's realm couldn't be. Quasi-Emperor Realm. Hiss. Hiss. The two gasped, feeling a chill run through their bodies, the cold air shooting straight to their heads. The hidden martial arts family only had one quasi-Emperor level cultivator. After a 2-second moment of mental blankness, the martial arts family members snapped back to reality. Seeing their leader's actions, anger surged within them. They roared inwardly, "You told us to charge first, just to hold these people off so you could escape. You used us as cannon fodder so you could get away? So that's the kind of person our leader is. When we get back, we'll definitely report this to the clan leader and have him severely punished, even confined." Gu Qingcheng waved her hand again, unleashing the power of a Saint Realm expert. The power of rules swept out. The martial arts family members, now completely imprisoned, had vacant eyes and numb limbs. Their souls had been erased. Their limbs remained intact, but they were now soulless, rotting flesh. Only the two martial arts family leaders remained on the scene. They stared at Gu Qingcheng and her companions with terrified eyes, hurriedly saying, "Tell us, we'll tell you everything." Having reached their level, their lifespans could reach tens of thousands of years. They didn't want to die, they still had a bright future, not to be buried in the dark underground, forever silent. All the magical beasts in the secret realm have been captured and sent to the clan leader. The reason we stayed here is to deal with future troubles, to prevent news of the Wu family's disruption of the secular world from spreading. All the secret realms in Hangzhou have probably been invaded by our Wu family. Now, it's estimated that all the magical beasts are captured and placed in the clan leader's personal secret realm. You should have already deduced that we are from the reclusive Wu family. Our clan leader is a quasi-emperor. Don't act recklessly, or our clan leader will definitely punish you. Once they opened their mouths, they told everything they could. Xiao Ye clicked his tongue. What two opportunistic scoundrels. They abandoned their companions and ran away, and they're so open about their past. Where is your clan leader now? Ignoring Xiao Ye, the two looked at the Empress of Hangzhou and Zhang Zunan, saying, we've said everything we should and shouldn't have said. Can you let us go now? Zhang Zunan's face darkened, and she snapped, shut up. Slap him. She raised her hand, and two sharp slaps echoed as she delivered two resounding blows. Instantly, two small, bright red handprints appeared on the faces of the two martial arts leaders, their cheeks swollen. Did you hear my lord asking you a question? Zhang Zunan said. Clearly annoyed. Lord? The two martial arts leaders were stunned. In their understanding, a lord meant the superior's authority. They stared in astonishment at Xiao Ye, the incredibly handsome young man standing behind the woman, a man who seemed like a celestial being descended to earth. This man was actually the lord of this stunningly beautiful woman, who was suspected to be a quasi-emperor. This young man is actually the strongest among the four. Chapter 482 The Empress is shy. Seeing you hiding behind a woman, I thought you were just a small fry, but it turns out you're the strongest one. Having a subordinate who's suspected to be a quasi-emperor level expert means this person must be from the realm of rules. Such a strong person couldn't possibly be born in the mortal world. Yet, the two martial arts leaders, observing the handsome young man's appearance, had no recollection whatsoever. Such a young powerhouse couldn't be unknown in the realm of rules. May I ask who you are? The burly martial arts member asked, clasping his hands in greeting. Xiao Ye frowned. Where is the martial arts clan chief? Stop with the nonsense. In Xiao Ye's eyes, these two were doomed. There was no need for conversation. We don't know either, the female martial arts leader said blankly. She wouldn't tell. If she did, she would die. If she didn't, they were still useful. Gu Qingcheng, somewhat impatient, said, where's the martial sect master? Take us to him. If you keep dawdling, I'll kill you. The two martial arts leaders trembled, but a glimmer of hope rose in their hearts. They might not have to die. Once the clan leader is found, given his cultivation level, he should be able to restrain the Empress of Hangzhou. As for that quasi-emperor level beauty, she shouldn't easily make an enemy of a quasi-emperor level expert. Xiao Ye raised an eyebrow. Your clan leader is called Wu Zong? The burly male member of the Wu clan nodded. That's right, our Wu clan leader is indeed Wu Zong, an existence above the quasi-emperor level. Upon hearing this, Xiao Ye waved his hand and said, little maid, do it. He only needed a name to accurately locate that person using the treasure hunting pointer. Zhang Zunyi rubbed her hands together, flashed behind the two members of the Wu clan, and gently pressed her small hands on their shoulders. A loud bang resounded. The two members of the Wu clan were as if they had been struck by a star, instantly crushed into QR codes. Their bodies didn't even explode, there was no scene of blood and flesh flying everywhere, they were just pressed into two flat images on the ground. Their bones were gone, their souls were annihilated. Hiss. 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 The soldiers of Hangzhou watching from a distance all gasped in shock. To kill two Saint Realm experts with a single palm strike, this was utterly terrifying. Gu Qingcheng was also astonished. Could a peak quasi-emperor realm expert of the mythical level possess such formidable power? Zhang Zunyu seemed to have exerted almost no effort at all. Gu Qingcheng spoke through her divine soul. This little maid is far more terrifying than I imagined. Even at the peak of the quasi-emperor realm, I couldn't do what she did. Don't be fooled by her seemingly light press, that movement contained the ultimate truth and terror of a star, directly locking onto those two martial family members, sealing their power, souls, and the power of rules, allowing her to crush them completely. The starry sky beast is far more powerful than we imagined. Gu Qingcheng pondered. Even among SSS-level summoned beasts of different types, there are differences in strength. For example, an ant and a white tiger of equal talent, at the same realm, the white tiger could easily kill the demonic ant. Gu Qingcheng asked with some doubt, Xiao Ye, if you kill them all, how will we quickly find the martial sect? Now, other secret realms are likely like this one. All the magical beasts have probably been captured. Should we directly storm into the Rule Realm and go to the hidden martial families? No need for that trouble. Xiao Ye took out the treasure-seeking pointer and issued the command, target, the patriarch of a hidden martial family on Blue Star, the martial sect. This information was enough for the treasure-seeking pointer to find the person. The treasure-seeking pointer hummed. The pointer on it spun continuously, and after a few seconds, it stopped, pointing to a location. A three-dimensional spatial map appeared in Xiao Ye's mind. It had a blue dot and a red dot. The blue dot represented Xiao Ye's location, and the red dot represented the martial sect's location. After reading the spatial coordinates on the red dot, Xiao Ye said, the martial sect is at coordinates number 1432. Gu Qingcheng's beautiful eyes lit up. They had found the martial sect's location so quickly. Zhang Zunyu returned to Xiao Ye's side, opened her fist to reveal a black goldstone, and said with a grin, "My lord, this is their most precious treasure." Xiao Ye took it and examined it, exclaiming in surprise, "A saint-level treasure, and a restricted one at that. What a treasure!" He then put the treasure in his pocket. "Little maid, this is quite nice. I'll keep it safe for you." Zhang Zunyu nodded. Then, the four of them headed towards martial sect's location, the number 30 special secret realm in Hangzhou. After leaving the number 28 special secret realm, in the endless void, Zhang Zunyu transformed back into her starry sky beast form, placing the three of them on top of her head. They then quickly traversed the void, heading towards martial sect's spatial coordinates. Inside the number 30 special secret realm, a large group of Wu family disciples had gathered. In front of them stood a middle-aged man exuding an aura of dominance. His hands were behind his back, and his right hand was constantly turning the black gold ring on his left index finger. "Is everyone here?" Martial sect asked. For some reason, he felt a vague unease, and he couldn't explain why he was so troubled. "Clan leader, the team heading to Secret Realm 28 hasn't arrived yet," Wu Zong's son, Wu Kang, replied after counting the number of people. Wu Zong frowned. "Go to Secret Realm 28 and check the situation." His son, Wu Kang, was now at the great perfection of the Saint Realm, his most prized and satisfied son among his more than 20 offspring. He was invincible among his peers in the Wu family at the same level. Sending Wu Kang to check the situation was the most reassuring option. Wu Kang clasped his hands in a fist salute, and, with his contractor, his wife, left Secret Realm 30, traversing the endless void towards Secret Realm 28. 2 minutes later, the two suddenly stopped, their eyes wide with shock as they stared ahead. Before them, a blazing star, shining with dazzling light, seemed to be hurtling towards them. "What is that?" Their expressions turned grave, and they quickly dodged to the side. At the center of the blazing light was Zhang Zunyu, transformed into a colossal starry beast, with Xiao Ye, Gu Qingcheng, and Ziran standing atop its massive head. "My lord, mistress, there are two lackeys of the Wu family ahead," the starry beast transmitted. Xiao Ye glanced at the location map of the martial sect transmitted by the treasure-hunting pointer. They were still within Secret Realm 30, unchanged. He then said, "Kill them all. From now on, if we encounter any Wu family members, leave no one alive, eliminate them all." "All right." The starry beast accelerated, crashing into the two Wu family members. Its speed was extreme, almost comparable to 1/10 the speed of light, leaving no time to dodge. PFFT. A low, bubbling sound rang out. The two Wu family members were instantly vaporized, without a ripple, vanished in a mere millisecond. This was a minor incident. A few seconds later, the starry beast arrived outside Special Secret Realm 30. Zhang Zunyu slammed on the brakes, nearly throwing Xiao Ye and the others off. Xiao Ye threw himself onto Gu Qingcheng, his vision filled with a blanket of white. "What's this? It smells so good." Xiao Ye instinctively took a few more sniffs. Zhang Zunyu transformed back into human form, and the four of them hovered in the endless void. She didn't directly collide with the small light point of the secret realm. If she had, the small secret realm definitely wouldn't have been able to withstand it. Zhang Zunyu turned around and exclaimed, "My lord, my mistress, what are you doing? Planning to exercise here?" Xiao Ye snapped out of his arrogance, his face flushing red. He quickly moved away from Gu Qingcheng, scratching his head awkwardly. "Sorry." Gu Qingcheng waved her hand. "It's all right." Her complexion was normal, but her earlobes were tinged with red. She was shy. Chapter 483 Empress, I'll have to trouble you to give me a massage again. Jiang Zunan tilted her head, looking at the two in confusion. The master and mistress, weren't they not officially in a relationship yet? Why were they behaving so intimately? She spoke up, Mistress, do you want to have a thorough workout with the master right now? Sister Ziran and I can excuse ourselves, really. Ziran was taken aback. What was this little maid talking about? Gu Qingchang glared at her, shut up. The matter of the magical beasts hasn't been resolved yet, why bring this up now? Jiang Zunan made a sewing motion, transmitting her voice, so after this matter is resolved, you two will be having sex? Gu Qingchang blushed, transmitting her voice, I haven't even formed a contract with him, how could I? Don't say these things in front of Xiao Ye. Jiang Zunan nodded. Xiao Ye looked away, as if nothing had happened. Then, Gu Qingchang looked at the small light in the number 30 special secret realm, pointed her finger, and a powerful force shot out. A special rift appeared in front of the small light. Gu Qingchang led the way and went inside. Jiang Zunan, Ziran, and Xiao Ye followed closely behind. Upon arriving at special secret realm number 30, the three of them and the little maid once again witnessed a scene of utter devastation. Gu Qingcheng, recalling the similar state of all the open secret realms in Hangzhou, was filled with rage. And the culprit behind all this was the Wu family. Ziran's beautiful eyes lit up as she said, Qingcheng, look, in the center of the continent, that most magnificent mountain range is still intact, and there are still human auras on it. There are also 50 or 60 relatively powerful auras, probably no less than the Saint Realm. Jiang Zunan immediately added, 62 Saint Realm humans, and 2 quasi-Emperor Realm beings. They all belong to the Wu family. Those 2 quasi-Emperor Realm beings must be the Wu family patriarch and his wife. Gu Qingchang's gaze turned cold. Since they're all here, let's capture them all. The magical beast is on Wu Zong's body. As long as we retrieve the captured beast, the surface of the secret realm can be rebuilt. The most precious resources in the secret realm are only magical beasts and rare treasures. Xiao Ye, the cursed magical beast you need, is also among them. On the ground of the central mountain range of the continent, Wu Zong and his wife, along with the 62 Saint Realm contractors, all looked up at the sky. When Gu Qingchang saw them, they also sensed her aura. Wu Zong sneered, the Empress of Hangzhou has actually come looking for us. Your sealing off work is inadequate. One of the Wu family Saint Realm members shrank back, thinking to himself, even if the Hangzhou guards die, they will spread the news. Who could have guessed that the Hangzhou soldiers would be so fearless as to protect the Hangzhou base city? He hadn't done his job properly, but he wouldn't say anything. If he did, he'd be locked up. Previously, when the Wu family invaded the mortal world, the news was always kept very secret, with not a single detail leaked. But this time, it's estimated that the 3 major families of the imperial capital in the mortal world will unite to resist the Wu family. And all of this is his fault. He felt no regret for the Wu family's invasion of the mortal world. Instead, he was annoyed that he hadn't been more decisive and killed the Hangzhou guard who leaked the information sooner. Although that Hangzhou guard was already dead at his hands. A smile appeared on Wu Zong's face as he calmly said, cripple these people, turn them into idiots, but don't kill them. As long as the Hangzhou Empress can't speak normally, even if the 3 major forces of the imperial capital in the mortal world get the news, we can remain uninvolved. During this period, the Wu family needs to restrain itself and can't plunder the resources of the mortal world as recklessly as before. The Wu family disciples clasped their fists in greeting. They unleashed the powerful aura of the Saint Realm and charged into the sky. Among them were many who had reached the perfect Saint Realm. Gu Qingchang's eyes flashed with a cold light as she said, Xiao Ye, I'm afraid I'll have to trouble you to give me another massage when we get back. A massage? Xiao Ye recalled the snow-white body he had once seen. No problem, as many times as you like, he replied. Having received a reply, Gu Qingchang had no more reservations and immediately used the Destiny Template special talent skill of borrowing future power. The power of Destiny-type rules flowed around her slender body, becoming extremely dense. Her aura also surged. Boom boom boom. In an instant, Gu Qingchang's realm rose from the peak of the Saint Realm to the Quasi-Emperor Realm. Early Quasi-Emperor Realm, Mid Quasi-Emperor Realm, Late Quasi-Emperor Realm, Peak Quasi-Emperor Realm. 2 seconds later, her realm aura stabilized at the peak Quasi-Emperor Realm. Is this what it feels like to possess a rule body? Although it's a temporary rule body, not as powerful as my true rule body, it's enough. Feeling the incomparably powerful aura within her, Gu Qingchang's confidence soared, and she showed no fear towards the charging martial arts disciples. She lunged forward, meeting the 62 Saint Realm martial arts disciples head-on. Sensing the powerful aura of the Hangzhou Empress, these disciples halted their advance, their eyes filled with terror. Quasi-Emperor Realm. This is a Quasi-Emperor Realm. Not just Quasi-Emperor Realm, her aura is hundreds of times stronger than our clan leaders. They tried to flee, but it was too late. Gu Qingchang slammed her bare hand into the void with all her might, causing the space to collapse. 9/10 of the 62 Saint Realm martial arts disciples within were instantly killed. The remaining 6 Saint Realm perfection cultivators also fell heavily from the collapsed space, their breaths shallow and weak, unable to continue fighting. The martial arts clan leader and his wife were horrified, shocked by the profound power of the Hangzhou Empress's realm. Seeing their descendants and disciples die one after another, endless grief and indignation rose on their faces. These were the pinnacle of the Wu family's power. Now, they were all gone. Including Wu Zong's more than 20 sons and daughters-in-law, most of them were dead. The heavily wounded Wu family members, lying on the ground, struggled to speak. Father, mother, run. This Empress of Hangzhou is at the great perfection of the Quasi-Emperor realm, not the perfection of the Saint realm. Grandpa, run. It doesn't matter if we die, but you can't die. If you die, the Wu family is truly finished. Clan leader, we'll cover your retreat. You can run. Gu Qingchang coldly snorted, run? Do you think you can escape? She raised her middle finger and pointed. A heaven-piercing attack of rules pierced through the space, directly striking the heavily wounded fallen members of the perfection of the Saint Realm Wu family. Boom. Dust filled the air, and the wind howled. 2 seconds later, the dust settled, leaving only a huge crater on the ground. There was no trace of the Wu family members left. Not even a trace remained. The Wu Zong couple on the ground were also gone. They were being held by the neck by Zhang Zunu, their faces filled with despair, hanging not far from Gu Qingcheng. At this moment, the Wu Zong couple looked like stray dogs, their faces filled with dejection and despair. Gu Qingcheng's lips curled into a cold smile. Run away, why aren't you running anymore? Chapter 484 Xiao Ye, I need to collect some compensation for emotional distress. You reclusive martial families are quite capable, aren't you? Daring to come to my Hangzhou city and plunder resources on a grand scale, disregarding the rules between the secular world and the boundary of regulations. Do you think my Hangzhou city base is easy to bully? Do you think my Hangzhou Empress is a pushover? Gu Qingchang's voice was like a sword, each word carrying the power of a quasi-emperor at the great perfection stage, directly striking the minds and souls of the martial family patriarch, Wu Zong, and his wife. The Wu family couple felt their heads buzzing, and even their once intact souls were fractured. Ziran and Xiao Ye watched quietly from the side. The actions of the Wu family had caused extremely serious damage to Hangzhou city. They had plundered all of Hangzhou's secret realms, which had almost fundamentally damaged the foundation of Hangzhou city and stolen its resources. If those magical beasts and rare treasures were not retrieved, Hangzhou city would never recover. For the next 1,000 or even 10,000 years, the number of new geniuses would be greatly reduced. Without the influx of fresh blood, Hangzhou is doomed to perish sooner or later. The Wu Zong couple wore mournful faces, utterly shocked. The stunningly beautiful woman carrying them was actually a quasi-emperor realm perfection expert. Damn it! Isn't the mortal realm a low-level world within the Ru realm? Why are there 2 quasi-emperor realm perfection experts here? Even hidden imperial clans only openly possess 1 quasi-emperor realm perfection expert. The fact that a hidden imperial clan possesses such a quasi-emperor realm perfection expert makes it an imperial clan, a hegemonic force within the Ru realm. If these 2 quasi-emperor realm perfection experts were to invade the Ru realm and establish their own families, perhaps even the hidden imperial clans would have to relinquish their current positions. Gu Qingcheng, her face cold and her voice aloof, said, hand over the resources of my Hangzhou. Seeing the situation was dire and his life in danger, Wu Zong spoke up, those magical beasts, rare treasures, and precious magical plants are all perfectly preserved in my black gold treasure realm. I can return everything to you, but you must agree to one condition. Gu Qingcheng's lips curled into a cold smile. A condition? You have no right to negotiate with me now. Zhang Zunyu acted decisively, her fair hand transforming into a hand blade, directly slashing at Wu Zong's arm adorned with a black gold ring. PFFT. Blood splattered as the arm was severed. Wu Zong howled in pain, roaring, "I've lived for over 10,000 years. Is this how you treat an elder?" Zhang Zunyu sneered, "Elder? You don't deserve that title. Just an old piece of trash." Gu Qingchang's power surged forth, enveloping the arm and pulling out a black gold ring. With a flick of her finger, the powerful rule force of a quasi-emperor realm perfection swept out. Boom! A deafening roar resounded. The arm vanished into nothingness, ceasing to exist. Gu Qingchang gently waved her hand, and the black gold ring appeared in her hand. She picked it up and examined it for a few moments. A restriction at the early quasi-emperor realm? Restrictions are something almost every cultivator must learn. But her restriction level was only at the Saint Realm perfection. Yet, this level of restriction was utterly vulnerable before her current quasi-emperor realm perfection. If she couldn't gently dissolve it, she would forcefully break it. Crack! In an instant, the black gold treasure realm within the black gold ring was fully revealed to Gu Qingcheng. Her pupils contracted. The black gold treasure realm was an extremely vast dimensional secret realm, much larger than the combined area of all 30 secret realms in Hangzhou. Moreover, it was a portable world. It not only contained all the magical beasts, rare treasures, and precious magical plants from all the secret realms of Hangzhou, but also other types of magical beasts and trial grounds. Marshal Sek's heart was bleeding. His original arm was gone. He could regenerate one, but a new arm would never be as useful as the original. His future combat power would be greatly diminished, and the limits he could break through would be significantly reduced. When he saw the Empress of Hangzhou refine his black gold treasure realm, he felt his heart almost stop. The black gold treasure realm contained not only the resources of Hangzhou, but also all the resources his Wu family had previously plundered from other forces in the mortal world. In terms of total resources, it was equivalent to more than 10 times that of Hangzhou. He had lost both his wife and his army. He had lost not only the sesame seeds but also the watermelon. Fortunately, his most prized son, Wu Kang, had left. His son, Wu Kang, possessed the potential of an emperor. As long as Wu Kang was alive, the hidden Wu family had a chance to turn the tables. Once Wu Kang became powerful, the Empress of Hangzhou and the unknown quasi-emperor realm perfection expert behind her would face retaliation and punishment. However, his son, Wu Kang, had now gone to the 28th secret realm. He hoped he wouldn't return, would flee this place, and wouldn't return to the Wu family in the realm of rules. What Wu Zong didn't know was that his son, Wu Kang, had long since been annihilated, body and soul. He had only been out of Secret Realm 30 for a short time when he was blasted away by a giant star beast, leaving not a trace. Xiao Ye asked curiously, "Sister Qingcheng, are the magical beasts still there?" Gu Qingcheng's tone was gentle, a smile appearing on her face. "They're all there. Cursed magical beasts, and all the different types of magical beasts in all the secret realms of Hangzhou, they're all there." Xiao Ye breathed a sigh of relief. That's good. His goal was to kill cursed and auspicious magical beasts to gather upgrade resources for Qin Zier's template. Qin Zier was also his beast girl. As long as they were his beast girls, he would upgrade their templates and find cultivation resources for them. As long as these beast girls could cultivate quickly, Xiao Ye would receive upgrade feedback, talent skill feedback, and all sorts of feedback. He could get anything a beast girl possessed. Wu Zong, his eyes bloodshot, coughed and said, "I've returned all the resources in Hangzhou to you, including those that weren't yours. Can you let us go now?" Gu Qingcheng slowly slipped a black gold ring onto her slender, white finger. After a long pause, she spoke, "Go? Where to? To hell? These resources weren't given to us by you, Wu Zong. We took them back." Upon hearing this, the Wu Zong couple's eyes dimmed. This time, they were completely doomed. They had even lost their lives. They were being held hostage by the quasi-emperor realm perfection expert behind them, their entire aura, spiritual power, and rule power sealed. Completely unable to mobilize any of their abilities, with no possibility of resistance whatsoever. Gu Qingcheng turned her back and said, "Little Nanan, make your move." Zhang Zunan immediately unleashed her aura, the power from the starry sky slowly flowing through her hands. With a single exertion of force, the Wu family couple would perish. Xiao Ye suddenly spoke up. "Wait?" Zhang Zunan asked in confusion. "My lord, what's wrong?" Xiao Ye inquired. "Sister Qingcheng, Are there any auspicious beast groups in the Black Gold Treasure Realm? Gu Qingcheng shook her head. No. Xiao Ye nodded, looking at the Wu Zong couple, and said calmly, are there any auspicious beast groups in your Wu family's territory? The Wu Zong couple felt a glimmer of hope and hurriedly nodded, a smile more painful than tears appearing on their faces, saying, yes. Xiao Ye's lips curled into a wicked smile. Sister Qingcheng, the Wu family came to plunder our Hangzhou's resources, causing us great losses. We have to collect some compensation. We want the resources within their Wu family's rule realm. Gu Qingcheng was stunned. Ah, this is going against the natural order. Chapter 485 Gu Qingcheng enters a period of weakness. Exclamation mark. The smiles that had just appeared on the faces of Wu Zong and his wife froze. If these two quasi-emperor realm perfection realm experts were to invade the Wu family in the rule realm, the Wu family would be utterly powerless to stop them, and could only let them run rampant and plunder. Moreover, the two of them were also unsure whether these four would go on a killing spree after entering the Wu family in the rule realm, completely wiping out the Wu family. Currently, within the Wu family's territory in the rule realm, there are still newly emerging prodigies, family elders, and family ancestors remaining. The two of them had brought out more than half of the Wu family's top combat power. I can take you to the hidden martial families, but I hope you won't harm those innocent martial family members. Our invasion of the secular world and plunder of its resources were all decided by me. The high-level combat forces involved were also wiped out by you. The martial family members within my territory were unaware of our actions and did not participate in them. Xiao Ye ignored their words and waved his hand, saying, little maid, do it. Wu Zong immediately shouted, I can take you to the Wu family, you can do whatever you want. Zhang Zunan's hands instantly unleashed a fierce power, the power from stars and black holes erupting forth. Ah! Ouch! Wu Zong and his wife screamed, their heads lolling to the side, and they were gone. Two early-stage quasi-emperor realm cultivators died. Zhang Zunan casually tossed aside the two corpses and washed her hands with a spiritual spring. Afterwards, she excitedly asked, my lord, mistress, shall we invade the hidden martial families now? Xiao Ye replied, what we did wasn't an invasion, it was called salvaging losses. Don't get it wrong. Ziran. Zhang Zunyu nodded vigorously, yes, when are we going to collect the side damage fee? Gu Qingcheng looked at Xiao Ye. Xiao Ye stroked his chin and pondered, Sister Qingcheng, why don't you put the resources in Hangzhou back in their original positions first, and then we can go to the hidden martial families after you're done? Gu Qingcheng shook her head, going directly to the hidden martial families is fine too, it won't take much time. Let's go and come back quickly, just capture the auspicious magical beast group. She glanced at the two corpses lying on the ground, raised her middle finger, and pointed out with two fingers. Two attacks containing the rules of the quasi-emperor realm perfection arrived as expected, directly blasting the two early quasi-emperor realm corpses into bubbles. Xiao Ye nodded and waved, little maid, let's go. After the three of them and the little maid left secret realm number 30, Zhang Zunu's form changed. She transformed from a stunningly beautiful woman with a slender figure into a colossal star-like beast 10,000 meters long. The star-like beast was surrounded by blazing light, appearing from a distance like a rising sun stretching across the endless, dark void. Master, come up to my head, came the voice of an ancient behemoth from the star-like beast. Xiao Ye, pulling Ziran along, and Gu Qingcheng stepped onto the massive head of the star-like beast. Whoosh! In milliseconds, the star-like beast reached a speed of 1/10 the speed of light, speeding away into the distance. But after a few seconds, it suddenly braked. A somewhat clumsy voice rang out from the star-like beast. Oh dear! I don't know how to navigate the realm of rules. But the three on its head had no interest in listening to her. In the instant she braked, Xiao Ye was thrown back again. As he flew, Gu Qingcheng flashed in front of him, gracefully embracing him in her proud arms. Xiao Ye, are you alright? Gu Qingcheng asked with concern. Xiao Ye was perfectly fine, he only had one feeling. So big, so soft. Gu Qingcheng, thinking something had happened to him, had been holding him like that, frowning and scolding, little girl, can't you be a little more careful? The starry sky beast whimpered and transmitted its voice, mistress, I'm creating an opportunity for you, you should thank me. Without my help, how could you quickly establish an intimate relationship with a lord? Gu Qingcheng choked. Intimate contact? She looked down and saw Xiao Ye in her arms, his head buried in her massive breasts. Instantly, Gu Qingcheng's skin flushed pink, her pretty face turning red to the roots of her ears. She hadn't noticed it before, but Zhang Zunan's reminder made her realize that Xiao Ye was taking advantage of her. Xiao Ye mumbled, "Sister Qingcheng, can you put me down? I can't breathe." The feeling of being buried in softness was pleasurable, but with Ziran watching, he didn't dare to be presumptuous in front of her. Who knew if Ziran, that jealous pot, would explode at any moment? If Ziran got angry, he'd be in trouble that night. Gu Qingcheng didn't feel any aversion to this intimate act. On the contrary, she felt somewhat pleased. But with Ziran watching, she quickly put Xiao Ye down, a little shyly asking, "Xiao Ye, are you alright?" Xiao Ye wiped his face, still somewhat unsatisfied, and said, "I'm fine, Sister Qingcheng, thank you so much, otherwise I might have been thrown into the void." He looked at Ziran's expression and was astonished to see that she actually gave him an encouraging look and made a thumbs-up gesture with her right fist. Xiao Ye was dumbfounded. What did that mean? Why encourage him? Why cheer him on? Suddenly, a commotion came from the side. Gu Qingcheng's aura rapidly declined, from the peak of the Quasi-Emperor realm to the late Quasi-Emperor realm. And that wasn't all, it dropped from the late Quasi-Emperor realm to the mid-Quasi-Emperor realm, and then continued to decline. Finally, it reached the peak of the Saint realm. Gu Qingcheng was mentally exhausted, her body limp, and she didn't even have the strength to stand. She collapsed onto Xiao Ye. She said weakly, "This is the inevitable period of weakness I have to go through after using the power of the future. It might last for half a day. Xiao Ye, I'll have to trouble you to massage me again when we get back. Last time I used the power of the future to raise my cultivation to the late Quasi-Emperor realm, this time it's the peak Quasi-Emperor realm. I'm afraid the template within my body will become unstable again." Xiao Ye supported Gu Qingcheng's limp body and said, "No trouble at all. Massage is my specialty." Gu Qingcheng's beautiful eyes showed gratitude as she said, "Thank you." Xiao Ye shook his head, "Sister Qingcheng, you know Xiao Ye, am a helpful, sunny, and cheerful young man. Don't thank me for such a small thing." Ziran thought to herself, "Helpful? I think you're just a little pervert." However, she didn't object to Xiao Ye massaging Gu Qingcheng. If Xiao Ye could form a contract with Gu Qingcheng, she would wholeheartedly support it. Immediately, Ziran spoke up. "Xiao Ye, it's tiring for you to hold her like that. Just carry Qingcheng. With Xiao Nanan here, seizing resources from the Wu family will be a breeze." Xiao Ye's eyes widened. "Sister Qingcheng, can I carry you?" Gu Qingcheng's beautiful eyes were filled with shyness as she lowered her head and whispered, "Whatever you say." If you are listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means it was downloaded and re-uploaded without effort. We warmly invite you to visit our channel, Fanfic World. There you will find the original version of this story and many other novels of various genres. We look forward to seeing you dive into a world of incredible novels. Chapter 486 Gu Qingcheng blushes, "Don't pinch my waist." Xiao Ye had been supporting Gu Qingcheng's arm to prevent her from collapsing. He thought for a moment and said, "Qingcheng, how about I just support you like this? You're Ziran's best friend, it's not appropriate for me to hold you." Gu Qingcheng's eyes darkened. "My legs are weak, I can't stand up." Even though her relationship with Xiao Ye had progressed further, he still seemed to have some reservations about her. He wouldn't even let her hold him. Xiao Ye looked at Ziran and said, "Ziran, why don't you hold Qingcheng?" Ziran rolled her eyes, giving him a speechless look. Was he really going to let such a good opportunity slip by? She said irritably, "Just hold her. Stop with the nonsense. Are you even a man? Qingcheng isn't a fat woman, you can't carry her." Xiao Ye immediately retorted, "Ziran, I'm just worried you'll be jealous. I'm considering your feelings. Who would hold another woman in front of their wife?" Ziran shrugged. "I'm not a jealous woman. I'll hug you just because I tell you to. Have you forgotten what I told you before?" Xiao Ye looked up, recalling that Ziran seemed to have said she didn't object to him being with Gu Qingcheng. Even if they formed a contract, it wouldn't matter. She said that 3 of her 4 sisters were his beast girls, so one more wouldn't hurt. Xiao Ye immediately nodded, preparing to hug Gu Qingcheng. But the next moment, his eyes widened as he felt a soft, delicate body press against him. It was Gu Qingcheng herself who had pressed herself against him, her entire body pressed against his. Gu Qingcheng's pretty face flushed slightly, her beautiful eyes filled with shyness as she asked, "Xiao Ye, am I heavy?" Xiao Ye shook his head. Not heavy at all, probably only around 100 pounds. Someone like you, I could lift with just one finger. Even if Sister King Cheng weighed 100 times more, reaching 10,000 pounds, I could still manage. Gu King Cheng rolled her eyes and said coquettishly, I don't weigh 10,000 pounds. If I were that heavy, I'd be a big fat woman, a living ball of flesh. Xiao Ye looked down and saw her towering peaks, thinking to himself, you have them now too. He had a strange feeling that Gu King Cheng's long white robe had become even more form-fitting, perfectly highlighting her curves. What Xiao Ye didn't know was that Gu King Cheng, at the suggestion of the future empress, had altered her long white robe into a fitted one, all to attract his attention. Not only that, but under the fitted white robe, Gu King Cheng was also wearing black stockings. Xiao Ye took the opportunity to put his arm around Gu King Cheng's waist, his hands unconsciously squeezing it. Gu King Cheng trembled violently, her entire body shaking, and the skin exposed outside her fitted white robe turned pink. Her body was already weak, but now it was even more so, and she collapsed onto Xiao Ye. Gu King Cheng's voice trembled slightly as she said, Xiao Ye, don't pinch my waist, I can take it. Xiao Ye's mind went blank. She couldn't stand being pinched on the waist? Why? Was this the Empress of Hangzhou's sensitive spot? Last time he massaged Gu King Cheng to resolve the chaotic power of the rules, when he kneaded and rubbed the acupoints on her waist, she also turned red all over and almost groaned. Xiao Ye thought she was ticklish, like Yun Bing. But he didn't expect that a few light pinches would be so much for Gu King Cheng. Xiao Ye said apologetically, I'm sorry, Sister King Cheng. I didn't know this was your sensitive spot. Gu King Cheng shook her head, it's alright. After we return from the Rule Realm, I still want you to massage me. To avoid Xiao Ye pinching her waist again, she moved his hand to the side of her armpit and said, alright, we can set off now. Little girl, don't cause any more trouble. After Xiao Ye, Gu King Cheng, and Ziran stood firmly on the huge head of the starry sky beast, Xiao Ye took out a treasure hunting pointer that resembled a compass in his other hand. He then issued a command to it in his mind. Target, Blue Star Rule Realm, Hidden Martial Family Territory. The treasure hunting pointer hummed, and a mysterious power of rules flowed within it. Chains burst forth from it, connecting to the void. The chains pierced through the void, appearing from the core of Blue Star, shooting out from a region in the northern part of the Rule Realm, and connecting to the plaque on the main gate of the Martial family's main hall in the Martial family territory. At the same time, a three-dimensional spatial map appeared in Xiao Ye's mind. There were two different colored dots, a blue dot and a red dot. The blue dot was Xiao Ye's current location, and the red dot was the location of the Wu family's territory. Between the blue and red dots was a directional arrow for navigation. Xiao Ye directly read the spatial coordinates of the Wu family's territory within the Rule Realm and said, Little maid, the spatial node coordinates of the Wu family's territory are number 997-125. The starry sky beast grunted and said, Yes, master. Hold on tight, I'm going to start. With a boom. In milliseconds, the starry sky beast's speed increased dramatically, reaching 1/10 the speed of light. Viewed from afar in the endless void, it looked like a blazing sun, rapidly passing through, leaving a long, scorching tail. Millions of kilometers per millisecond acceleration was incredibly monstrous. The Rule Realm was located inside the core of Blue Star, the place where the origin of Blue Star's rules existed. The boundary membrane between the Realm of Rules and the Mortal Realm can only be broken and freely entered by those who reach the Supreme Realm. However, the starry sky beast pierced through it with a whoosh and quickly headed towards the northern region. Xiao Ye, observing the scenery within the Realm of Rules and sensing the energy and power of rules here, said, The energy and power concentration here is at least 100 times higher than in our Dragon Kingdom. If one could cultivate here, cultivation speed could increase tenfold. Gu King Cheng looked at his handsome profile and said, Xiao Ye, can I rest my head on your shoulder? My neck is so sore. Xiao Ye was taken aback, then replied, No problem. He then saw Gu King Cheng rest her head on his shoulder. He wasn't sure if it was his imagination, but he felt that Gu King Cheng was very happy. He clearly sensed that her heart was beating much faster, pounding wildly like a deer. Zhang Zunyan entered the Realm of Rules and traversed this vast and boundless land rapidly. However, several hours passed without her reaching the northern region of the Realm of Rules. She had only just entered the central region. Xiran was born in the realm of rules and had lived in the Xie family within the realm of rules for 18 years during her childhood, so she was quite familiar with the realm of rules. She looked around with a touch of nostalgia and said, "The realm of rules is more than 10,000 times the size of the mortal world on Blue Star. The mortal world on Blue Star expands more than tenfold every 100 years, and so does the realm of rules. As for why the space expands, it seems to be related to the revival of the 3,000 fundamental rules of Blue Star. My Xie family is located in the central region, which is also the most powerful region in the realm of rules. The reclusive imperial family, the Yang family, is a hegemonic force. My Xie family is second only to the Yang family, making us a top-tier force in the realm of rules. The Wu family of the northern region is merely a high-level force, the number one force in the northern region." After half a day of rapid travel, the Starry Sky Beast finally arrived outside the territory of the Wu family in the northern region. Chapter 487 The Martial Family Patriarch, Welcome to my Wu family. In the central region of the Rules Realm, the Ouyang Imperial Clan. As the colossal star beast entered the central region, the Ouyang clan head, who was in seclusion, suddenly opened his eyes, abruptly standing up, his face filled with shock. Peak Quasi Emperor Realm. That's right. This is the aura of a Peak Quasi Emperor Realm cultivator. However, this aura doesn't seem human, nor is it a magical beast. He frowned, pondering for a few seconds, then exclaimed in surprise, "This vast aura is more like a divine beast from the starry sky." But why would a divine beast from the starry sky come to Blue Star, to the Rules Realm? The Ouyang clan had waved his hand, and a dark figure appeared outside the doorway, issuing the command, "Have the spies in the northern region gather information on any major events that have recently occurred there." Yes. The dark figure quietly retreated, merging into the darkness. The Ouyang family had frowned, rubbing his forehead in frustration. Looking up at the sky, he said, "A Quasi-Emperor level peak star beast. I hope those guys in the northern region don't act recklessly, or they'll suffer annihilation." His Ouyang Imperial clan only had one Quasi-Emperor level peak member, and that was. Meanwhile, within the Martial family territory of the northern region, the Martial family ancestor was discussing important matters with the 10 elders of the Martial family. He sat at the head of the table, his face full of smugness, and laughed with a touch of arrogance. "Elders, our Wu family's sons, on this trip to the mortal world, will be able to plunder many more rare and promising species, which we will raise within our Wu family territory, increasing our family's strength." The elders laughed in unison. Indeed, rare species are becoming increasingly scarce. Keeping them in the mortal world is a waste of resources. Only by living in the realm of rules can they play their greatest role. The rare magical beasts and rare treasures plundered from the mortal world, although they may not provide much help to our Wu family in the short term, in 1,000 years, 10,000 years, our Wu family will become the family with the richest foundation in the realm of rules. At that time, with the support of all resources, young Master Wu King will break through to the peak of the Quasi-Emperor realm, enough to make our hidden Wu family the second hegemonic force in the realm of rules. The Wu family patriarch could see that these elders' attitude was one of utter disdain for the mortal world. He felt the same way. The mortal realm is merely a place where lower-level humans survive. Breaking through to the supreme realm is enough to become a sovereign. In the realm of rules, at least the saint realm is needed to achieve even a minor success. At least the Quasi-Emperor realm is required to become a powerful figure and occupy a territory. Just as the Wu family elder and patriarch were chatting happily, an urgent report suddenly came from outside the door. Report. Emergency. The guard rushed in from outside, his face filled with panic. In his haste, he tripped over the threshold and fell flat on his face, leaving a long trail on the ground. An elder roared, "What a mess. You're so flustered, you even trip over a threshold. What kind of behavior is this?" The Wu family patriarch remained calm, waving his hand and saying, "Speak your mind." The Wu family disciple, who had fallen face first to the ground, scrambled to his feet, his face filled with panic, and said, reporting, "Patriarch, elders, something terrible has happened. A major event. The patriarchs and all the Saint Realm members' soul tablets are shattered. All of them are shattered." "What?" The Wu family patriarch and the 10 elders' expressions changed drastically, and they all jumped to their feet. The Wu family patriarch could no longer maintain his composure. In a flash, he appeared before the messenger disciple, whose face was covered in dust. He pressed his hands tightly against the disciple's shoulders and shouted, "The Wu sect's soul tablet is shattered too?" The messenger disciple nodded. "Yes, if the patriarch doesn't believe me, he can go to the altar hall to see for himself." The Wu family patriarch trembled and then vanished. The 10 elders exchanged glances and then left the Wu family's main hall, heading towards the altar hall. 2 seconds later, the Wu family patriarch stared in grief and indignation at the shattered soul tablets scattered on the ground, feeling as if the sky were about to collapse. The 10 elders arrived as well, and upon seeing the shattered tablets, they were all utterly horrified, feeling as if their souls were about to leave their bodies. The patriarch's soul tablet is shattered. The soul tablets of over 60 saint-level cultivators in my Wu family are also shattered. Right, young master, quickly check if young master Wu Kang's soul tablet is still there. Everyone searched anxiously, but among the still intact soul tablets, they couldn't find one bearing Wu Kang's name. The Wu family members' hearts sank, sensing that something terrible had happened. The Wu family patriarch disregarded his composure and immediately prostrated himself on the ground, searching among the shattered soul tablets. A few seconds later, he found Wu Kang's soul tablet, broken into 108 pieces. Even when pieced back together, 2 characters could still be vaguely discerned: Wu Kang. The Wu family patriarch's face darkened, as if he had lost his parents. Wu Kang was the future of the Wu family, the hope for their rise, but now, he was dead. Each soul tablet held a wisp of the soul entrusted to it, used to check the person's life or death status. A crack in the soul tablet meant the person was nearing death and there was still hope for salvation. A shattered soul tablet meant the person was already dead. Now, Wu Kang's soul tablet was shattered into 108 pieces, indicating that Wu Kang was beyond dead, his soul and body annihilated. The 10 elders groped on the ground and found Wu Zong's soul tablet, which was broken into 48 pieces. Each of them wore a face of grief and indignation, utterly heartbroken. The Wu family patriarch's hair, which still had a few strands of white, instantly turned completely white, and his once upright posture seemed to hunch over, as if he had aged thousands of years in an instant. He rose and roared furiously, his voice echoing throughout the entire Wu family territory, "Whoever it is, I will exterminate their entire clan." Upon hearing this, the Wu family disciples within the territory all stopped what they were doing, their gazes fixed blankly on the location of the Wu family territory. What had happened? Why was their ancestor so enraged? Just then, boom! The sky darkened. A colossal figure, blocking out the sunlight, stretched across the sky above the Wu family territory. An extremely powerful pressure. The aura of a quasi-emperor realm perfection expert, erupted from that colossal figure, permeating the entire Wu family territory. Puff puff puff. Puff puff puff. All the Wu family disciples, like dumplings being dropped into boiling water, couldn't withstand the pressure and collapsed to the ground, sinking deep into the soil. The pressure was especially intense within a 100-mile radius of the Wu family territory. The Wu family patriarch and his elders, as if crushed by Mount Tai, instantly knelt on the ground, drenched in sweat, their bones nearly broken. The starry sky beast, sensing the patriarch's mid-stage quasi-emperor realm aura, panted, "My lord, mistress, that old man down there should be the head of the Wu family. He's the one with the highest realm and strongest aura here." Xiao Ye waved his hand and said, "Capture him alive, we'll demand some compensation for the secret realm's losses." "Yes, my lord." The starry sky beast instantly transformed, from a colossal beast 10,000 meters long into the exquisitely beautiful Zhang Zunyu. Looking at the 3 stunning beauties and the handsome young man before him, the Wu family patriarch felt a bad premonition. He forced a smile and clasped his hands, saying, "Welcome to my Wu family." "Welcome?" A strange look appeared on Gu Qingcheng's pretty face. Chapter 488 Gu Qingcheng, "My husband is so handsome." Xiao Ye stepped forward. As the saying goes, one doesn't hide a smiling face. Since the Wu family patriarch was being so polite, a smile appeared on his face. He said, "Old man, we're not here as guests." The Wu family patriarch's smile froze. This was the first time he had been called an old man. But with a quasi-emperor realm expert right beside him, he dared not be presumptuous. He only wanted to find out the purpose of these people's visit, handle the situation properly, and get them to leave quickly. "Haha, this young friend is truly interesting. The elders invite us to the main hall. Shall we go there to discuss this?" Suddenly, an elder exclaimed, "Patriarch, That woman's finger is wearing what looks like our patriarch's black gold treasure realm ring. These are definitely the people who killed our patriarch, young master, and over 60 Saint Realm experts. Hearing this, all 10 elders' eyes filled with hatred, staring intently at Xiao Ye and his companions with shared vengeance. The patriarch of the Wu family was startled, his gaze falling on Gu Qingchang's slender, fair hands. Sure enough, on her index finger was a black and gold ring. He knew the ring all too well, for it was the one he had given to the patriarch, Wu Zong, 5,000 years ago. The patriarch's face turned cold. Wu Zong was dead, as was the young master, and a group of Wu family Saint Realm experts had also perished. These four had come to the Wu family's territory, their purpose was certainly not good. With a formidable enemy at hand, the patriarch Wu Zong said in an unfriendly tone, "Gentlemen, you have killed more than 90% of my Wu family's top combat power. What are you doing here? Don't act so arrogantly in the Rural Realm just because you have a higher cultivation level. Our Rural Realm has no shortage of quasi-Emperor Realm Great Perfection experts." Zhang Zunyu was immediately excited upon hearing this, rubbing her hands together, her knuckles cracking. She said excitedly, "Old man, where's the quasi-Emperor Realm Perfection expert in the Rural Realm? Let him come out and fight me. I'm so troubled because I have no opponent." The Marshall family patriarch froze. His warning had actually excited her so much, making her so eager to have a top expert from the Rural Realm fight? Was this still a warning? It was more like a stimulant. Only the hegemonic Ouyang imperial clan possessed a quasi-Emperor Realm Perfection expert in the Rural Realm, and that expert was the clan's highest ancestor. The Marshall family patriarch couldn't possibly persuade that powerful figure. The Marshall family patriarch's face darkened. He clasped his hands and said, "Gentlemen, what brings you to my Marshall family? If the Marshall sect and the others offended you, and they received their retribution, paying the price with their lives, your anger should have subsided by now." He had only used the existence of a quasi-Emperor Realm Perfection expert in the Rural Realm as a warning, but since the warning had no effect, he had no choice but to back down. If he didn't back down, the hidden Marshall family might be wiped out in the blink of an eye by these few people. Revenge requires careful planning. For now, it's best to get these people out of here quickly. Xiao Ye, holding Gu Qingchang's soft body, turned to look at her and smiled. "Sister Qingcheng, the Wu family invaded the mortal world without any regard for right or wrong, forcefully plundering Hongzhou's secret realm resources. What do you think should be done to punish them?" Some things were best left to Gu Qingcheng to say. Gu Qingcheng felt a rough, large hand moving slightly beside her arm, her pretty face flushing slightly. Beside her arm was her bright, magnificent breast. Xiao Ye was indeed a lecherous old man. He actually knew how to play dirty tricks. Her gaze fell upon the white-haired patriarch of the Wu family, and she said coldly, "We've come to collect compensation for the damage to the secret realms. Your Wu family has turned the entire continent, lakes, and all the basic surface of all the secret realms in my Hangzhou city upside down, making a complete mess. Your Wu family, of course, must compensate for the damage." Xiao Ye smiled and said, "That's right, we are very reasonable. As long as you pay the compensation for the damage to the secret realms, we won't act recklessly." The patriarch of the Wu family and the 10 elders breathed a sigh of relief upon hearing this. They could distinguish between their own lives, the continuation of the Wu family, and hatred. The patriarch of the Wu family managed a passable smile and said, "Compensation for the damages? Easy. How many secret realms did your Hangzhou city lose? I'll directly compensate you with that many secret realms," he said magnanimously. In his understanding, how many secret realms could a base city in the mortal world have? How high could the level of those secret realms be? They were all low-level secret realms, unworthy of being considered significant dimensional worlds. Within the dimensional secret realms possessed by his Wu family, this level of dimensional world wasn't even comparable to the foundation of his reclusive Wu family. Just trash. Gu Qingcheng's lips curled into a wicked smile as she said, "So you're willing to make compensation?" The Wu family patriarch patted his chest, "Of course." The 10 Wu family elders also laughed. "Willing to compensate? Our Wu family is willing to compensate?" Gu Qingcheng was somewhat excited, her beautiful face full of smiles, and she uttered a startling statement, "All right. Then bring out all the secret realms of the reclusive Wu family." The Wu family patriarch? The Wu family elders? Their eyes widened. How much? All the secret realms? Impossible, Why don't you just rob them? The Wu family patriarch's face darkened. It seemed this matter couldn't be resolved peacefully. Jiang Zunyu put her hands on her hips and grumbled, rob them? If you won't give them, we'll have to rob them. This maid will personally rob them. Boom. She unleashed the aura of a quasi-emperor at the peak of her realm, her oppressive power sweeping outwards. That violent and raging pressure ripped off the roof of the altar hall, turning it into an open-air altar. The memorial tablets were blown far away, crashing to the ground and shattering. As for the 10 elders of the Wu family, they immediately knelt on the ground. Several cracking sounds rang out as their leg bones broke. The Wu family patriarch also knelt, but not in such a sorry state. His leg bones were not broken, and he could still slightly straighten his body. Xiao Ye laughed. Your Wu family attacked all the secret realms in our Hangzhou base city, leaving none alive. We are very reasonable and polite. As long as you compensate us with all the secret realms of the Wu family, your Wu family can continue to exist. He paused, his face suddenly turning cold, and said in a chilling voice, otherwise, your Wu family will have no reason to exist after today. The Wu family in the realm of rules, wiped out. Gu Qingchang looked at Xiao Ye's sharply defined profile and felt that he was incredibly handsome at this moment. She couldn't help but tighten her legs slightly, and a blush rose on her beautiful face. Jiang Zunan echoed, that's right, if you can't pay compensation, the Wu family in the realm of rules, wiped out. Upon receiving the affirmative answer, the Wu family patriarch and 10 elders turned pale. If all the secret realms were taken away, their Wu family would become an empty shell without any foundation or basis. For a family, cultivation is the foundation of its existence, and the most important thing is cultivation resources, magical beasts and rare treasures. From now on, the Wu family will plummet to a minor, insignificant force in the world of rules. If they are purged by their enemies, the Wu family might have to withdraw from the world of rules and settle in the barren mortal realm. Xiao Ye quietly looked at the Wu family patriarch and smiled. I'll give you 1 second to consider. I said, we are very polite. 1 second? The Wu family patriarch almost vomited blood in anger. Even taking a breath takes more than 1 second. He hesitated for a few milliseconds, his eyes bloodshot, and decisively said, fine, my Wu family is willing to offer all our secret realms as compensation. Chapter 489. Xiao Ye was shocked. The Empress actually kissed me. No. No, ancestor. If all the secret realms of my Wu family are gone, how will my hundreds of thousands of disciples survive? The 10 elders spoke up one after another. The Wu family patriarch coldly shouted, shut up. You won't give them to us? Do you want to die? Are you just going to watch our Wu family be destroyed today? Even if the secret realms are gone, our Wu family will still exist. If the Wu family is gone, what if the secret realms still exist? They can still go and take them themselves. The 10 elders of the Wu family twitched their lips and fell silent. Xiao Ye and her 2 companions, along with a little maid, watched them quietly, waiting for their decision. The 10 elders of the Wu family looked somber and said, since that's the case, then you, ancestor, can decide for yourself. The Wu family patriarch nodded, his face grave, and looked at Xiao Ye, saying, young friend, my Wu family is willing to offer all our secret realms to compensate for the loss of your Hangzhou secret realm. We only hope that you won't go back on your word, and after acquiring the secret realms, you won't harm the lives of my Wu family members, and will spare them. Xiao Ye smiled and said, of course. He took out the treasure-seeking pointer and issued a command to it. Target, Blue Star Rule Realm, Hidden Wu Families, all secret realms. The treasure-seeking pointer was a rule-level artifact, equivalent to an emperor-level weapon, capable of finding both people and objects. As long as it existed in the world, it could be found. The treasure-seeking pointer hummed, and 2 seconds later, Xiao Ye received a response. A 3-dimensional spatial map appeared in his mind. There were 10,086 red dots and 1 blue dot. Xiao Ye was somewhat surprised. The hidden Wu families possessed so many secret realms. Up to tens of thousands. Gu Qingchang glanced shyly at Xiao Ye, then coldly said to the Wu family patriarch, old man, lead the way. The Wu family patriarch nodded and clasped his hands, saying, please follow me, everyone. He had his own ulterior motives. The location of the Wu family's secret realms was only known to the higher-ups of the Wu family. These 4 had no idea how many secret realms the Wu family possessed. As long as he gave away some high-level, some mid-level, and some low-level secret realms, he could fool them. After giving away those secret realms, he only needed to agree with the 10 elders that those were all the Wu family's secret realms. Yes, he never intended to give away all of the Wu family's secret realms. Subsequently, the Wu family patriarch led the way, with the 10 elders following behind. Xiao Ye, holding Gu Qingchang's limp body, followed along with Zhi Ran and Zhang Zunan. Zhang Zunyu kept a close eye on the Wu family patriarch and the 10 elders. If they suddenly attacked and harmed the patriarch or matriarch, she would swiftly eliminate them. As a peak quasi-emperor level star-type cosmic beast with mythical talent, she was confident she could instantly kill the Wu family patriarch, who was only at the mid-quasi-emperor level, and the 10 elders, who were at the early quasi-emperor level. The Wu family patriarch, accompanied by 3 people and a young maid, headed to the Wu family's secret realm hall. He pointed to the large screen above the hall and said, "Young friend, please look. All of my Wu family's secret realms are listed here. There are a total of 420 secret realms. The magical beasts and rare treasures contained within them almost cover all common species, and even some rare species exist in considerable numbers." Gu Qingchang's pure and beautiful eyes, like autumn water, shrank as she looked at the virtual screen. 420. That's so many. Her Hangzhou only had 30 secret realms. Compared to them, Hangzhou was far inferior. Immediately, Gu Qingchang's heart leaped with joy. If Hangzhou possessed these secret realms, its foundation would be greatly enhanced. The residents and soldiers of Hangzhou would receive the best training and resources, and the overall strength of Hangzhou would double. Perhaps 1,000 years later, Hangzhou's comprehensive strength would rank as the 4th superpower in the mortal world's Dragon Kingdom, standing shoulder to shoulder with the 3 superpowers of the capital. A cold glint flashed deep in Xiao Ye's eyes. This patriarch of the Wu family was no pushover, he was extremely cunning. The reclusive Wu family clearly possessed 10,086 secret realms, but right now, he only said there were 420, 400 compared to tens of thousands. That's a serious understatement. Less than 1/10. The patriarch of the Wu family chuckled, "Young friend, wait a moment. I will give you a sacred treasure capable of gathering all the secret realms, and then I will personally place all the secret realms of my Wu family inside it, intact, and hand it to you. How does that sound?" Xiao Ye pinched Gu Qingchang's armpit and asked, "Sister Qingchang, what do you think?" Gu Qingchang was delighted, overjoyed, and even overlooked Xiao Ye's small gesture. She replied with great satisfaction, "Excellent." Upon receiving the reply, the patriarch of the Wu family was overjoyed and hurriedly said, "In that case, I will immediately send people to gather all the secret realms of my Wu family." He took out a platinum ring and tossed it to the steward of the secret realm hall, saying, "Gather all the secret realms of my Wu family inside, intact, understand?" He pointed to the virtual screen. The steward of the secret realm was initially somewhat bewildered as to why the patriarch would bring these people with him. After the patriarch issued the order, he hurriedly nodded and said, "Yes, patriarch, I'll go and gather the secret realms right away." The secret realm steward left in a hurry, without leaving a trace. This secret realm steward was a powerful figure at the Saint Realm, capable of gathering dimensional worlds. The Wu family patriarch pointed in sight and smiled, "Everyone, gathering the secret realms might take about 10 minutes. How about you all sit down in the guest hall and wait?" Gu Qingchang shook her head, "I'll wait here." The Wu family patriarch glanced at the 10 elders and said, "Go and bring 4 chairs. We can't neglect our young friends." 10 minutes later, Xiao Ye and his 2 companions, along with a little maid, were sitting on chairs waiting, while the Wu family patriarch stood quietly to the side. The 10 elders inwardly praised the patriarch. The Wu family had far more than 420 secret realms. If these 420 secret realms were enough to handle these people, that would be wonderful. These 420 secret realms, while some quite valuable, were insignificant compared to all the secret realms of the Wu family. They stood expressionless to the side, but inwardly, they were overjoyed. Whoosh! The steward who had gone to collect the secret realms returned, presenting the saint-level platinum treasure with both hands, saying, "Ancestor, all the secret realms of my Wu family have been collected here, intact. Please take a look." The Wu family patriarch didn't move, but gestured with his lips, saying, "Send this to this young friend." The steward nodded and respectfully presented it to Xiao Ye with both hands. Xiao Ye smiled, "Sister Qingchang, accept it. These are what you deserve." Gu Qingcheng took the platinum ring and probed it with her divine sense. Sure enough, it contained 420-dimensional secret realms. She continued to probe with her divine sense, penetrating each secret realm. Various types of magical beasts came into view in the secret realm. Everything she had in Hangzhou was here, and even things she didn't have in Hangzhou were here. Gu Qingcheng was overjoyed, a smile spreading across her face. She slipped the platinum ring onto her other hand, deeply moved, and asked, Xiao Ye, are all these secret realms really for me? Xiao Ye nodded, stating matter-of-factly, yes, everything inside this platinum ring is yours. With a soft smack, Gu Qingcheng stretched her neck and kissed Xiao Ye's cheek, excitedly saying, thank you so much. Xiao Ye's eyes widened. The Empress of Hangzhou had actually kissed him? Ahem. The patriarch of the Wu family clasped his hands and said, young friend, all the secret realms of my Wu family have already been compensated to you. If there's nothing else, please leave. Xiao Ye snapped out of his daze, his face suddenly turning cold, and he said in a cold voice, your Wu family possesses 10,086 secret realms, and you intend to use these few hundred to fob us off? Since you're being unreasonable, then we'll have no choice but to annihilate the Wu family and seize them by force. Chapter 490 The martial family ancestor kneels down. Gu Qingcheng looked astonished and asked incredulously, more than 10,000 secret realms? Ziren's lips twitched. The Wu family possessed more than 10,000 secret realms, and they were just going to use 420 to fob them off? Xiao Ye said coldly, that's right. The Wu family patriarch is incredibly cunning. The Wu family patriarch, whose hair was completely white, suddenly felt a sense of foreboding. How did this young man know how many secret realms the Wu family had? 10,086 secret realms, exactly 180%. The faces of the 10 elders of the Wu family changed drastically. This time, the Wu family was doomed. The patriarch of the Wu family tentatively said, young friends, my Wu family only has 420 secret realms. This is something all the higher-ups in my Wu family know. Those secret realms have all been compensated to you. Xiao Ye sneered, even now, you're still not honest. It seems you won't compensate us without drawing blood. Little maid, make your move. These 10 elders are no longer needed. Zhang Zunan put her hands on her hips and stomped her foot angrily. With a deafening roar, the ground within a 10-mile radius collapsed, sinking more than 10 meters. At the same time, the 10 Wu family elders, as if struck by a great terror, all collapsed to the ground, spitting out a mouthful of black blood. Lying on the ground, they were barely breathing. The beautiful woman's stomp had shattered their heart meridians, and an unknown force had coursed through their bodies, sealing their natural power and preventing them from healing. The Wu family patriarch's eyes widened in horror as he hurriedly cried out, wait! I was just being evasive. I'll definitely offer up all 10,000 plus secret realms of the Wu family later. Seeing the quasi-emperor realm experts wreaking havoc, he knew that if he didn't stop them, the entire Wu family would be destroyed. Zhang Zunyu didn't stop. With a swift movement of her small hand, the terrifying power of the mythical quasi-emperor realm expert crushed forth. A supreme power formed a massive handprint of rules, suddenly appearing above the 10 elders' heads and crashing down upon them with a deafening roar. Patriarch, save me. Ag, don't kill us. We're willing to hand over all our secret realms. It's shattering. It's going to shatter. Stop. Stop. The 10 Wu family elders wailed, utterly powerless to resist, crushed by the massive handprint of rules. Several explosions of blood mist rang out. The 10 early-stage quasi-emperor realm experts were instantly annihilated, their bodies and souls completely obliterated, leaving not even a trace of their corpses. The Wu family patriarch was filled with extreme grief and indignation, forced to watch helplessly as 10 elders were killed. He dared not intervene, nor could he. If he did, the entire Wu family might be wiped out. Zhang Zunan clapped her hands in satisfaction, giggling, my lord, who should be killed next? Whoever it is, this little maid can help. Xiao Ye's lips curled into a smirk, and he chuckled, the Wu family elders are dead. Next, naturally, it will be all the Wu family disciples, not a single one left. As for this Wu family patriarch, I want him to witness the Wu family's destruction right under his nose. This outcome is of his own making. A loud bang rang out. The Wu family patriarch knelt down. He knelt before Xiao Ye, his heart filled with grief and indignation, his face extremely pale, yet he pleaded. Young friend, I was wrong just now. I will immediately offer up all the secret realms of the Wu family. This time, I will absolutely not play any tricks. Please have mercy and spare my Wu family. My Wu family's descendants and disciples are all innocent. Invading the mortal world was a decision made by me, the elders, the patriarch, and the other high-ranking members. It has nothing to do with my Wu family's descendants. Those innocent Wu family descendants did not participate in this incident, they were completely unaware of it. Jiang Zunu looked at Xiao Ye and said, "My lord, shall we continue killing?" Xiao Ye waved his hand and smiled, "I am very reasonable. They invaded Hangzhou but did not exterminate all the soldiers of Hangzhou, so naturally I will not. Ancestor of the Wu family, as long as you compensate us with all the secret realms of the Wu family, we will naturally not annihilate the entire Wu family, nor will we indiscriminately kill the innocent. After all, we are not ruthless demons." Gu Qingchang thought Xiao Ye's decision was good. Over 90% of the Wu family's top combat power had been slaughtered by them, the rest were not a concern. Furthermore, the Wu family must have made many enemies over the years, and someone would surely intervene to settle scores with the Wu family disciples. Upon hearing this, the Wu family patriarch showed gratitude, kowtowing 3 times and saying, thank you so much. Thank you for sparing my life, young friend." Then, he slowly stood up, somewhat reserved, and said, "I will go and collect all the secret realms and hand them over to you young friends intact. This time, I will absolutely not play any tricks." After speaking, the Wu family patriarch left, but returned a few seconds later, scratching his head apologetically, "Young friend, I don't have a powerful treasure to collect your more than 10,000 secret realms." Xiao Ye smiled, "It's alright, take us there, we'll collect them ourselves." With a wave of his hand, the Bronze Palace, a treasure of the quasi-emperor realm nearing the emperor level, appeared in his palm. The Bronze Palace was small and exquisite, surrounded by an ancient and weathered aura. The patriarch of the Wu family's pupils contracted, his heart filled with shock and curiosity. What was this young friend's background? He possessed a quasi-emperor realm great perfection starry sky divine beast and such a top-tier treasure. He immediately said respectfully, "Young friends, please follow me." Xiao Ye, his 2 companions, and a young maid followed him out. To be precise, Gu Qingchang was being carried by Xiao Ye, her soft, delicate body was practically draped over him. A minute later, the 4 of them, along with the patriarch of the Wu family, arrived at an ancient hall deep within the Wu family's territory. The patriarch pointed to an irregular energy entity within the ancient hall, saying, "Young friend, please look. This is the core link controlling your more than 10,000 secret realms. All the secret realms are controlled by it. Those secret realms are also distributed within the core space of this core link. As long as you refine this core energy entity, you can control all the secret realms and successfully gather them all into your treasure." Upon hearing this, Xiao Ye immediately wanted to begin refining it. Jiang Zunan stretched out her delicate white hand, blocking Xiao Ye's path, and said with a grin, "My lord, let me do it. I'll refine it. And you'll have a 90% chance of establishing a contract with it." Who knows if this energy body is offensive, or if it's a hidden trick by the Wu family patriarch. Xiao Ye nodded in satisfaction, raised his hand to pat Jiang Zunan's head, and smiled, "My little maid is so thoughtful." Praised, Jiang Zunan felt a surge of joy, her pretty face beaming. I'm an all-around maid, I can do anything." The Wu family patriarch cried, "Young friend, I never intended to use any tricks. I'm the strongest in the Wu family. Against a quasi-emperor realm perfection expert, those fancy hidden tricks are useless." Jiang Zunan stepped forward, and in less than a minute, she had refined the irregular energy body. "My lord, you just need to sign a contract with it." Xiao Ye nodded, relaxed his mind, and signed a contract with the irregular energy body. In an instant, he sensed that more than 10,000 dimensional realms had established a connection with him, and that these realms would be destroyed with a single thought. Chapter 491 The Primordial Spacetime Palace of the Universe. The patriarch of the Wu family spoke somewhat cautiously. "This irregular energy body cannot contain any treasures, nor can it be moved. The reason our Wu family's territory is located here is because of it. If you have the means, young friend, you are welcome to take this irregular energy body. Those secret realms are all within the void space it contains." Xiao Ye nodded. He sensed that this irregular energy body contained more than just endless void. Xiao Ye possessed special attributes and could sense that this irregular energy body possessed extremely profound special rules. However, he didn't know where these special rules came from. It seemed to exist in some corner within the irregular energy body, the source of special rules. Without thinking too much about it, he tried using the Bronze Palace to capture and gather it. The Bronze Palace hummed, and after a while, it failed. The capture was unsuccessful. Xiao Ye frowned. This irregular energy body was a treasure, but he couldn't take it away. It seemed to be rooted here from the start, unable to move. This was a bit troublesome. At this moment, seemingly sensing Xiao Ye's confusion, the system that had been dormant in his mind for so long dinged and sent out a message, ding, detected that the host possesses the origin of world rules, triggering a mission, ding, template adjuster, a supreme Dao artifact at the level of the origin of the great Dao of the universe, capable of upgrading the aptitude, talent, and attributes of all life and items, including the spiritual artifact Bronze Palace. Mission: upgrade the Bronze Palace to the Emperor Realm level, collect the origin of special rules. Mission reward: Time-Space Palace, a Time-Space Palace at the level of the origin of the great Dao of the universe, containing the supreme great Dao of time and space laws. Calling itself a realm. The flow of time inside the Time-Space Palace differs from that of the outside universe, up to a ratio of 1,001, with 1,000 days inside equaling 1 day outside. The time difference can be upgraded using fragments of the great Dao of the universe crystals, or using the origin of planetary time rules. No penalty for mission failure. Mission can be refused. Xiao Ye was overjoyed. That old system finally reappeared, and with a huge surprise. A time-space palace at the level of the origin of the great Dao of the universe, with different flow of time inside and outside, which can be freely adjusted. This is practically a cultivation cheat code. Xiao Ye has so many beast girls, most of whose templates have been upgraded to mythical level: Nanguang Xiao, Mu Qingsu, Liu Yang, Qinzi, Yun Bing, Yun Zai, and Ziran. But their cultivation levels are only at the Great Venerable Realm, Supreme Realm, and Early Saint Realm. Their cultivation levels are lagging behind, too low. They are far behind the top-tier quasi-Emperor Realm experts in the Rule Realm. Although they are mythical level templates, their upgrade speed is 100 or 200 times faster than SSS level templates. Ziran's previous SSS level template took over 1,000 years to upgrade from 0 to quasi-Saint Realm. Each upgrade at the mythical or supreme realm still takes 1 or 2 years, and each upgrade at the Saint Realm also takes several years. It will probably take them 50 or 60 years to reach the quasi-Saint Realm through normal cultivation, which is too long. It will take 50 or 60 years before they can rival his little maid Zhang Zunan's quasi-Emperor Realm perfection. He doesn't want to wait that long. However, if he possessed the Time-Space Palace, a Dao artifact at the level of the origin of the great Dao of the universe, 1,000 days inside would be equivalent to 1 day outside, which is equivalent to 3 years inside and 1 day outside. 10 days outside would be equivalent to 30 years inside, and 1 month outside would be equivalent to 90 years inside. If he possessed the Time-Space Palace, the cultivation speed of his beast girls would be greatly increased. Perhaps in just 1 month on Blue Star, they would have advanced to the Quasi-Saint Realm, or even the great perfection of the Quasi-Saint Realm. System: Old Beng, I accept this mission. Xiao Ye responded in his mind, Ding. Host has accepted the mission and can receive mission information. The system sent a message. Xiao Ye immediately checked the mission information. Mission: upgrade the Bronze Palace and collect the origin of special rules. Details of resources required for the upgrade. 500 special rule fragment crystals, 100 crystals of each of the 5 elemental attribute rule fragments, 50 quasi-Emperor Realm restriction cores, 50 planetary cores. Mission reward: Time-Space Palace. After checking the information, Xiao Ye almost spat out his saliva. There were 6 resources needed for the upgrade. The first 5 were fine, but the 6th, 50 planetary cores, where was he going to get them? Was it because his request was too harsh, and the system was deliberately making things difficult for him? System Godfather, can't you use some easier to obtain upgrade resources? Xiao Ye shouted in his mind. But his voice was like mud hitting the ocean, making no splash at all. The system didn't react. Xiao Ye. He almost forgot that this old lecherous system was just a mechanical, unintelligent, and emotionless entity. No matter what he said, this system was just like that. Calling the system old lecherous wasn't entirely wrong. Its full name was the God-level Beast Tamer system. It initially gave him the talent for infinitely contracting beast girls, and later gave him the Zhuanghuang gem, which allowed him to absorb chaotic rule power, though he needed a massage to absorb it smoothly. This system was just a lecherous old system. Beside him, the martial family ancestor, seeing Xiao Ye frowning and deep in thought for a long time, didn't disturb him. He had long known that the irregular energy body was immovable and impossible to collect, and that even with a servant at the peak of the quasi-emperor realm, Xiao Ye wouldn't be able to take it. Gu Qingcheng, clinging to Xiao Ye, then spoke up, Xiao Ye, since you can't take it, just leave it here. It belongs to you, and you can take it any time. With me and Xiao Nanan here, no one can take it. Hearing this, Xiao Ye snapped out of his reverie and smiled, alright, then I'll capture the secret realms inside first. I can't take this irregular energy body, but I can take the nearly 10,000 secret realms inside. With that, he raised his hand, and the ancient, weathered bronze palace floated up. He then controlled the irregular energy body to release its restrictions, drawing out the secret realms. The bronze palace hummed, and chains shot out, absorbing the irregular energy body and quickly capturing the small points of light. One by one, dimensional realms, like stars, glowed with a soft white light, as they were seized by the chains of the bronze palace, bursting forth from the irregular energy body and entering the bronze palace. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Countless tiny points of light flashed past, their white light constantly shifting. 10 minutes later, nearly 10,000 realms had all been captured by the bronze palace. In Xiao Ye's perception, the number of levels within the bronze palace steadily increased. From the original 10 levels, to 100, 1,000, 5,000, 9,000, finally reaching 9,676 levels. The martial family ancestor watched as the realms were continuously captured, his heart bleeding. These represented the entire foundation of his martial family accumulated over tens of thousands of years. The irregular energy body before him had become an empty shell. Xiao Ye put away the bronze palace, his eyes fixed intently on the irregular energy body, his right hand stroking his chin in contemplation. Within the endless void inside, there existed a special rule origin, which it too could not take. This fundamental rule is also part of the mission, but you need to upgrade the bronze palace first before you can collect the special rule's origin. Chapter 492 Gu Qingcheng, Xiao Ye, I already have a Mr. Right. Not only could Xiao Ye not take it, but the Wu family patriarch couldn't take it either. Even the little maid Zhang Zunan couldn't take it. On Blue Star, probably no one could take it. After a long pause, the Wu family patriarch finally accepted reality. He forced a smile that looked more like a grimace and said, young friends, would you like a cup of tea before you leave? He was seeing them off. Xiao Ye glanced at him and said, little maid, kill this old man. We're going back. The Wu family patriarch was struck dumb, his eyes wide with horror. Young friend, I've given you all the Wu family's secret realms, are you still going to kill us all? Xiao Ye waved his hand, carrying the delicate Gu Qingcheng out of the hall, with Ziren following behind. Zhang Zunyi rubbed her hands together, grinning as she looked at the Wu family patriarch, and said, old man, are you going to do it yourself, or should I do it? The Wu family patriarch unleashed a terrifying aura of a mid-stage quasi-emperor, saying, I've lived for over 10,000 years. You want to kill me? Not so easy. If I want to escape, no one can capture me alive. Zhang Zunyi calmly replied, then try escaping. The Wu family patriarch was about to use his innate skill to run away, but the next second his face turned to shock, and he exclaimed incredulously, I've actually been sealed. When did you make your move? I didn't even notice. At this moment, all of the Wu family patriarch's power of rules and spiritual power were completely sealed, rendering him powerless. Let alone escape, he probably couldn't even take a few steps. Zhang Zunyi unleashed a massive handprint of rules, which fell from the sky, directly crushing the Wu family patriarch. The Wu family patriarch had no power to resist and was completely annihilated by the massive handprint of rules. Zhang Zunyi clapped her fair hands, nodded in satisfaction, and said, very good, the task assigned by the master has been perfectly completed. Ah! Master, wait for me. She tilted her head and saw that Xiao Ye and the other two had already gone far away, so she hurriedly followed them. In the plaza of the Secret Realm's main hall, only Xiao Ye and his group remained. Then, Zhang Zunyi changed her form again, transforming from human form into the form of a starry sky behemoth. Roar! A distant and ancient roar resounded. "Master, Mistress, Sister Xiren, come up to my head, let's go home." After Xiao Ye, Gu Qingcheng, and Xiren climbed onto the head of the starry sky behemoth, the behemoth quickly took off at a speed of 1/10 of a light year in milliseconds. The Wu family disciples were completely bewildered, only feeling a dark shadow flash across the sky, unaware of the situation of the Wu family's higher-ranking members. On the giant beast's head, Xiao Ye summoned the bronze palace, cradling it in his palm, and said, "Sister Xiren, help Sister Qingcheng up first. I'm going into the bronze palace to slay auspicious and cursed magical beasts and obtain rule fragments." Xiren glanced at Gu Qingcheng sprawled on him, looking disgusted, and said, "You can carry her yourself. Just take her into the bronze palace. I'll stay here, the scenery is much better." Gu Qingcheng's beautiful eyes lit up. This was a chance to be alone with Xiao Ye, and she didn't want to miss it, so she said, "Xiao Ye, can I go into the bronze palace and take a look?" Xiao Ye nodded, and a blue portal appeared beside him. He carried the delicate Gu Qingcheng inside. Xiren watched their disappearing figures, thinking to herself, "Qingcheng, you'd better make the most of this." The starry sky beast suddenly huffed and puffed. "Sister Xiren, what if the Lord and Mistress do something naughty while we're not around?" "The Lord and Mistress love doing naughty things," Xiren said with a smirk. "So what if they do it?" The starry sky beast was startled. "Don't you think what they do is wrong?" Xiren declared, "What's wrong with it? If Qingcheng could become Xiao Ye's beast girl, I'd wholeheartedly support it. Xiao Ye doesn't want to be a simp, he neither initiates nor rejects, so whatever Qingcheng wants to do, she can do it herself." The starry sky beast let out an "oh," realizing that Sister Xiren wasn't against the Lord and Mistress being together. Suddenly, a look of curiosity appeared on Xiren's face. "What did Qingcheng and Xiao Ye do back then? Do you know a lot about them?" The starry sky beast grunted and said, "The Mistress forbids me from telling others these things, so please don't ask, Sister Xiren." Xiren choked on her words, realizing she'd made a fool of herself. Inside the bronze palace, Xiao Ye, carrying Gu Qingcheng, appeared in the 1000th level dimensional secret realm. This secret realm contained rare auspicious magical beasts. The two hovered high in the sky, looking down upon enormous continents scattered throughout the dimensional world. On these continents, several powerful auras emanated. Upon closer inspection, they could be identified as saint-level magical beasts. Gu Qingcheng exclaimed, as expected of a hidden family's secret realm. This realm is at the saint realm level, containing countless rare and precious materials, and teeming with tens of thousands of magical beasts. It's far richer in resources, and the magical beasts are much higher level than the special secret realm in Hangzhou. This small world was already under the control of the Bronze Palace. Xiao Ye could use the Bronze Palace's authority to seal the realm and control the life and death of any magical beast or object within this small world. He sensed it, waved his hand, and 150 auspicious magical beasts floated up from the continent below, arriving not far from the two of them. Then, Xiao Ye used his talent skill, Spatial Blade. A huge, invisible spatial blade sliced through the bodies of these magical beasts, splitting these auspicious magical beasts, all only at the Grandmaster realm, in two, blood spurting out. The template adjuster unleashed its power, a vast force descending. After a while, 300 auspicious rule fragment crystals appeared in Xiao Ye's system space. Then, Xiao Ye carried Gu Qingcheng to the 9,000th floor of the Bronze Palace, a dimensional secret realm where cursed magical beasts lived. 10 minutes later, he obtained 300 cursed rule fragment crystals. After finishing, Xiao Ye smiled at Gu Qingcheng, who was sprawled in his arms, and said, "Sister Qingcheng, do you want a secret realm? I have nearly 10,000 secret realms now, and I can give you some to use as a foundation for Hangzhou." Gu Qingcheng shook her head, "No need, I've already obtained 420 dimensional secret realms, that's enough for Hangzhou." Xiao Ye suddenly said, "Sister Qingcheng, you're not getting any younger, do you want me to help you find an outstanding genius so you can settle down?" Gu Qingcheng was stunned. After a few seconds of hesitation, she hurriedly shook her head and said, "No need, I already have a suitable husband." As she said this, she secretly glanced at Xiao Ye with her beautiful eyes. "You already have someone you like?" Xiao Ye asked, somewhat disappointed. "I was thinking of recommending myself to you, but since you already have someone you like, forget it." Gu Qingcheng's beautiful eyes widened. Xiao Ye was going to recommend himself to her? Xiao Ye immediately released Gu Qingcheng and took a step back, saying, Sister Qingcheng, you've been in a weakened state for 8 hours now. You should be almost recovered by now. Since you already have someone you like, I can't get too close to you. I have to respect you. Alright, let's go out. I'll give you a massage when we get back. Gu Qingcheng? If you are listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means it was downloaded and re-uploaded without effort. We warmly invite you to visit our channel, Fanfic World. There you will find the original version of this story and many other novels of various genres. We look forward to seeing you dive into a world of incredible novels. Chapter 493 Future Empress, Direct Confession. Seeing Xiao Ye's distant actions, Gu Qingcheng felt a sudden pang of pain in her heart, and became extremely disappointed. Her spirits were low, and she looked at him with a hint of resentment. The person I like is clearly you. Just now you said you would introduce me to outstanding talents, and I thought you would recommend someone else, which is why I refused. I never expected you to recommend yourself to me. In her spiritual sea, Gu Qingcheng's soul was now solid, even more substantial than a normal person's. She sat atop the time-space treasure, leisurely swinging her long, slender legs. Her exquisitely beautiful face was filled with joy as she exclaimed, Little Gu, good news, good news. Why aren't you happy? Gu Qingcheng's lips twitched, and she responded in her mind, look how distant he is from me now, he won't even hug me anymore, and this is a good thing. You should know that Xiao Ye said he wanted to keep his distance from me, and that it was out of respect. I don't need that kind of respect at all. What I want is for him to be a little more flirtatious with me. The divine soul Gu Qingcheng was stunned, feeling shocked. Good heavens, he respects you, and you still don't want that? You want him to be flirtatious with you? What kind of thought process is this? Oh, little Gu has been tricked into becoming a cuckold. This fair and beautiful fish, little Gu, wants to get hooked by her husband, but her husband doesn't want to hook her. Little Gu is getting anxious. The divine soul Gu Qingcheng covered her mouth and chuckled. Gu Qingcheng said speechlessly, laughing? You're still laughing? If I can't win over our husband, will you be able to be with him in the future? What are you so happy about? Quickly help me think of a solution. When it comes to matters of the heart, she, the Empress of Hangzhou, is a complete novice, a brand new blank sheet of paper without any ink or wrinkles. Shenhen Gu Qingcheng smiled slightly for a long time before finally speaking after half a minute. I said, you should be happy about what our husband just said. Instead of acting like a resentful woman, feeling sad and heartbroken all by yourself. Gu Qingcheng rolled her eyes and said dejectedly, how can I be happy when our husband has to keep his distance from me from now on? I still want to win him over, now it's even more difficult, HMPH. Shenhen Gu Qingcheng chuckled and said happily, don't forget what your husband just said. He wanted to recommend himself to you so you could settle down. This means that your husband is already interested in you, he's fallen for you. Otherwise, with his personality, he would never have said something like that. Gu Qingcheng's beautiful eyes lit up, shining brightly. Her disappointment and depression vanished, and she asked with great surprise, really? Our husband, he's really fallen for me? The divine soul Gu Qingcheng nodded and smiled, yes, based on my understanding of my husband, he's definitely fallen for you. Well, even if he's not, he's still lusting after your body, lusting after your destiny template. But don't worry too much, he's most likely fallen for you. A joyful smile appeared on Gu Qingcheng's beautiful face, her heart filled with secret delight. She responded in her mind, that's wonderful. I've waited too long for this day. The divine soul Gu Qingcheng counted on her fingers, you've only been in contact with him for half a month, and you've waited too long? Little Gu, you've really become our husband's smitten. You feel like every day is a year before you're officially together? Gu Qingcheng's face flushed, her eyes darting away, but her reply was direct and decisive. Yes, I'm the same as you, I've become a smitten. It's just that in the future you'll be guarding an empty room for 100 years, while I've only had half a month. The smile on the divine soul Gu Qingcheng's face froze. Oh, so we're both smitten, and you're teasing me. Gu Qingcheng snorted, who told you to laugh at me? Tell me, what should I do in this situation? My husband needs to keep his distance. With her arms crossed, Gu Qingcheng confidently declared, put your worries back down. With me, the future Gu Qingcheng, here, are you afraid you can't win over my husband? Even if you lack confidence, you have to believe in me. Let me think. Her eyebrows furrowed slightly as she paced back and forth on the time-space treasures plane, pondering carefully. Gu Qingcheng didn't disturb her, letting her think it over. She was a blank slate devoid of emotion, but Gu Qingcheng wasn't. She was a bitter woman who had spent a century in an empty room, and during that time, she must have been plotting something, undoubtedly using various methods to seduce Xiao Ye. Outside, Xiao Ye looked at the scenery in the secret realm with mixed feelings. It turned out that the Empress of Hangzhou already had someone she loved. He had wanted to contract the destiny template. Now, the opportunity was gone. Yes, Xiao Ye didn't suspect that the Hangzhou Empress's sweetheart was him. He had only known Gu Qingcheng for less than half a month. How could she possibly like him? For Gu Qingcheng, who was around 1500 years old, that time was like a sneeze, gone in the blink of an eye. He never imagined that Gu Qingcheng would fall for him in such a short time. Xiao Ye turned his head and saw the Hangzhou Empress, her face beaming with joy. She wore a fitted white robe, which her stunningly beautiful figure made resemble a cheongsam, perfectly showcasing her curves. I told her to keep her distance, and she's so happy. Xiao Ye could see that she was genuinely happy. Her joy was written all over her face. At this moment, Xiao Ye was absolutely certain that Gu Qingcheng already had someone she loved, and that person definitely wasn't him. It seems I must keep my distance from Sister Qingcheng from now on. Forget about intimate contact, it's best not to even hold hands. After this massage, next time we'll directly address Qingcheng's template problem, solving it once and for all. Qingcheng already has her ideal husband, it's inappropriate to always have her undress for a massage. I've got it. The clear, melodious voice of Gu Qingcheng's spirit echoed in Gu Qingcheng's mind. Since your husband has already fallen for you, find an opportunity to confess. Explain your feelings, say you want to be his beast girl. As long as your husband isn't a fool, he'll readily agree. Our old lecherous husband, seeing such a stunning beauty confessing his love to you, will definitely agree. Hearing this, Gu Qingcheng's delicate face flushed. Confess? That's too embarrassing. What if I can't say it? Shenhen Gu Qingcheng's lips twitched. So you're planning to keep it to yourself? Think it over carefully. If you don't express your feelings, your husband will keep distancing himself from you. After a while, you might not have another chance. Once your husband comes into contact with that person within the realm of rules, it'll probably be too late for you to confess. Gu Qingcheng was startled, a sense of urgency rising within her. I'm going all out. I'll confess. Shenhen Gu Qingcheng's pretty face regained its smile. Very good, even good wood can be carved. Chapter 494 Gu Qingcheng, you will be my man sooner or later. Xiao Ye gazed at the beautiful scenery within the secret realm. Thinking about how he had obtained nearly 10,000 secret realms on this trip, and how the magical beasts within them encompassed almost all common attributes, even including some rare ones, his sense of loss dissipated considerably. Currently, the Bronze Palace already contained the 5 elements: wind, thunder, ice, time, space, auspiciousness, curse, illusion, light, darkness, and more. Only a few attribute-specific magical beasts were missing. After Xiao Ye and Gu Qingcheng emerged from the Bronze Palace, Gu Qingcheng would occasionally steal glances at Xiao Ye, blushing frequently. But Xiao Ye kept his eyes fixed on the starry sky beast ahead, not even glancing at her. Ziren sensed something was amiss and muttered to herself, what's going on? Did these two do something inappropriate in the secret realm? This atmosphere is strange. It doesn't seem like they did anything inappropriate at all. The starry sky beast moved at an incredible speed, reaching 1/10 the speed of light. Like a shooting star streaking across the sky, it swiftly traversed the central and southern regions of the Rule Realm. After passing through the boundary membrane between the Rule Realm and the mortal world, it returned to the Hangzhou base city within an hour, arriving above the Hangzhou Secret Realm Palace. Its colossal, sky-obscuring body left the Hangzhou residents and soldiers queuing in the square speechless. Oh no, a demonic beast has invaded Hangzhou. That size, it must be at least at the Saint Realm level. No problem, our Empress is inside the palace. Whatever demonic beast comes, it won't return alive. They chatted casually, completely disregarding the starry sky beast. The starry sky beast transformed high in the sky, its massive body, tens of thousands of meters long, disappearing into the delicate and beautiful Zhang Zunan. Zhang Zunan grinned and said, Mistress, they say you can easily defeat me with one hand. Gu Qingcheng's lips twitched. She could easily defeat a quasi-emperor realm grand perfection expert with one hand? Forget it, that little maid could easily beat her with one hand. I'll go down first to set up the secret realms in the black gold treasure realm and the white gold treasure realm. You all go back to the city lord's palace. She finished speaking, her pretty face slightly flushed, and she glanced at Xiao Ye with her beautiful eyes. But seeing that Xiao Ye seemed unwilling to pay attention to her, she pouted, somewhat annoyed. Ziran said, then we'll go back first. This is your responsibility. Afterwards, Xiao Ye, Ziran, and Jiang Zunun left. Gu Qingchang watched Xiao Ye's disappearing figure, clenching her fair fists, feeling a sense of loss, her mood becoming gloomy again. HMPH, the Empress of Hangzhou, will take you down. You, Xiao Ye, will be my man sooner or later. Her gaze was resolute. Gu Qingchang flashed away, heading to the secret realm hall to handle matters. As the city lord of Hangzhou base city, this secret realm matter had to be resolved. So many residents and soldiers in Hangzhou had daily missions and needed secret realm resources, this matter couldn't be delayed for too long. Meanwhile, inside the city lord's palace, Xiao Ye lay leisurely on the sofa, his head resting on Ziran's long, slender legs. Jiang Zunan, dressed in a flowing white dress, half squatted on the floor, picked up a bunch of grapes from the table, and peeled each plump, round grape with her slender fingers. She grinned and said, my lord, open your mouth and eat some grapes to replenish your water. Xiao Ye opened his mouth and ate a grape. Jiang Zunan's beautiful eyes lit up, her pretty face full of anticipation. Are my little girl's grapes sweet? She asked. Xiao Ye nodded. My little maid's grapes are very sweet. Jiang Zunan's face lit up with joy. Then my lord, eat a few more of my little girl's grapes. Ziran's lips twitched. She felt there was something slightly off about their conversation. Xiao Ye was really something, openly flirting with a maid who had transformed into a ferocious beast right in front of his wife. Hey, that's enough, Ziran said speechlessly. Xiao Ye, what's going on between you and King Cheng? What happened in the secret realm? Jiang Zunan pricked up her ears. Xiao Ye curled his lip, his tone turning cold, and said, Sister King Cheng already has someone she likes. Ziran nodded, she had already noticed this. Could it be that King Cheng had already confessed to Xiao Ye? And then, she asked, very curious. Xiao Ye seemed reluctant to discuss this topic, saying, there's no and then, since Sister King Cheng already has someone she likes, as a grown man, I have to keep my distance from her. After all, men and women shouldn't be too close. Sister Ziran, you won't have to be jealous of Sister King Cheng anymore. Ziran was dumbfounded. Her best friend King Cheng clearly liked Xiao Ye. There was no way she was wrong. With her ability to read people, King Cheng definitely liked Xiao Ye. Jiang Zunan's face froze. Oh no. From now on, the lord would have to keep his distance from the mistress. How could the mistress be with the lord then? It's all over. Ziran rolled her eyes and said irritably, do you really think I'm a jealous person? Didn't King Cheng tell you who she likes? Xiao Ye shook his head, no, but who cares who it is, it's not me. I've only known King Cheng for less than half a month, it can't be me. Alright, King Cheng isn't young anymore. It's perfectly normal for her to have someone she likes in the past 1,500 years. Let's not talk about this anymore. As he said this, Xiao Ye felt inexplicably depressed. The destiny template was very appealing, and the Hangzhou Empress, with her perfect figure and looks, was also very appealing, but unfortunately, it had nothing to do with him. Perhaps, in Xiao Ye's heart, he also wanted the Hangzhou Empress to be his beast girl. But forced love is never sweet, and without that fate, it can't be forced. Jiang Zunan, the delicate flower girl half squatting on the ground, peeled grapes while thinking viciously, my lord is really confused, the mistress's beloved is you. HMPH, you want to keep your distance from the mistress? I won't let you succeed. If you can't, I'll knock you out and send you to the mistress's bed. Jiang Zunan, I'm an obedient little maid, but 5/10 of my bones are rebellious. Suddenly, Jiang Zunan's beautiful eyes lit up, and she glanced at the sky. The mistress was coming back. She hurriedly got up, went to the bathroom to fetch a basin of water, and then took out a sacred realm deep sea fruit, crushed it, and diluted it in warm water. Before long, a rich fruity fragrance wafted from the basin, filling the entire living room. Master, let me rub your feet. Before Xiao Ye could speak, she stretched out her fair little hands, quickly took off his shoes and socks. and placed his rough feet in the basin of sacred realm fruit water. Ziran was a little jealous and said sourly, "Wow, someone doesn't need to go to the club anymore, he has a gorgeous maid washing his feet at home." Xiao Ye chuckled and said, "You can also put your feet in for a foot wash." Ziran was tempted, kicked off her boots, revealing her jade-like feet wrapped in black stockings. Jiang Zunan reached out to block her, grinning, "Sister Ziran, the mistress is back, she'll be washing her feet later too, aren't you going to come back and join in the fun?" Ziran's face darkened. Chapter 495 Gu Qingchang drowns her sorrows in alcohol. Her small feet, clad in black stockings, froze there, her toes clenched awkwardly. Xiao Ye looked at her feet on his face and said speechlessly, "Sister Ziran, can you put your feet down? I'm getting athlete's foot on my face." Ziran retorted, "You're the one with athlete's foot. Believe it or not, I'll show you my feet so you can taste if you have athlete's foot." Xiao Ye felt a strange ache in his teeth and quickly shook his head. "No need, your feet don't have athlete's foot, I've already shown them before." Ziran snorted, then put her jade-like feet down and put on her boots. At that moment, a stunningly beautiful figure walked in from the doorway. Jiang Zunan ran over and pressed her down on the sofa, sitting next to Xiao Ye. While taking off Gu Qingchang's shoes, the little maid said, "Mistress, don't waste this basin of fruit juice. I'll rub your feet." Gu Qingchang was bewildered, feeling her feet feel incredibly refreshed. Looking down, she saw a pair of large, imposing peaks. She bent over and looked down again, only then realizing her shoes had already been removed. "Oh. Mistress is wearing black stockings too. Mistress, should I take them off for you right now?" Gu Qingchang looked at the basin and saw a pair of rough, large feet, Xiao Ye's. Her beautiful eyes lit up, and she said, "No need to take them off, just tear them for me. These stockings are easy to tear, they'll rip in one go." Jiang Zunan pretended to tear them with her little hands, then exclaimed, pouting innocently, "Master, I don't know how to tear these stockings, can you help me?" Ziran's lips twitched. This little maid was really something. She was a little envious. Why didn't she have a maid at the peak of the quasi-emperor realm? Xiao Ye paused, then waved his hand, saying, "Let Sister Qingchang tear it herself. It's not appropriate for a grown man like me to tear her stockings." Jiang Zunan was taken aback. Gu Qingchang's expectant face instantly turned disappointed, and the light in her eyes dimmed. Then I'll do it myself." Jiang Zunan tore the black stockings on Gu Qingchang's jade-like feet to shreds, revealing her fair and delicate feet. Gu Qingchang then placed her feet into the basin of water brewed from the fruits of the holy realm deep sea, gently stepping onto Xiao Ye's rough feet. The moment they touched, her face flushed, and her gaze became somewhat evasive. Xiao Ye was shocked. He looked at the Empress of Hangzhou with a puzzled expression. "Didn't you already have someone you liked? Why are you soaking your feet with a grown man like me? A man and a woman soaking their feet in the same basin, this action is too intimate. No, this is inappropriate." Perhaps Sister Qingchang didn't want to waste the sacred realm fruit, but as a man, he needed to uphold his principles and not cross the line. Immediately, Xiao Ye lifted his rough, large foot from the basin and placed it on the ground, saying, "Sister Qingchang, you soak your feet yourself, I'm fine with whatever." "Gu Qingchang? I already put my foot in, and you take it away?" Gu Qingchang looked disappointed, her gaze somewhat resentful, and she lost her mood for soaking her feet. She lifted her jade-like foot, her bare foot on the ground, and walked away somewhat forlornly, going upstairs, saying, "See you tomorrow." Jiang Zunan watched her lonely, thin back, her heart aching slightly. The little maid glared at Xiao Ye. "Master, it's all your fault. You ruined the mistress's mood." Xiao Ye's lips twitched, feeling that this little maid was acting strangely. Why was she glaring at him? Thump. He flicked Jiang Zunan's head. Jiang Zunan covered her head with her hands, feeling wronged, and said, "My lord, why did you hit me?" Xiao Ye said in a cautionary tone, "You need to be careful in the future. Although you call us lord and mistress, don't really treat us like husband and wife. Your mistress will get married one day. And one day, she will become someone else's beast girl, a wife and mother." Ziran expressionlessly shifted her gaze from the stairwell back, giving Xiao Ye a disapproving look. She found that this little lecher, Xiao Ye, seemed like a complete idiot. Qingchang's affection was practically written all over her face, and he still couldn't see it, still insisting on keeping his distance and saying that Qingchang would get married sooner or later. You can sleep by yourself tonight. I'm going to find King Cheng. Ziran moved Xiao Ye's head away and ran upstairs with heavy steps. Xiao Ye's head slammed heavily onto the sofa, looking completely bewildered. What's wrong with everyone? It's just washing his feet. Why does everyone seem to resent him? Xiao Ye believed he had done nothing wrong. A person should have their own bottom line and principles. Since Sister King Cheng already had someone she liked, he naturally had to keep his distance. Sister King Cheng had other men in her heart, and if he, Xiao Ye, continued to have close contact with the Empress of Hangzhou, he would feel guilty and ashamed. What kind of behavior was that? Did they really think he, Xiao Ye, was just a lecherous old man who only thought with his lower body? Xiao Ye put his rough, large feet back into the exquisite liquid brewed from the sacred realm deep sea fruit and smiled. Little maid, continue to rub my feet. Zhang Zunan was a little annoyed, but very obedient, stretching out her soft, boneless hands to rub his rough, large feet. Xiao Ye looked on with enjoyment. It really was wonderful to soak his feet in the exquisite liquid from the sacred realm deep sea fruit. A cool, comfortable feeling shot from the soles of his feet to his head, making him feel refreshed and completely relaxed. The little maid, a near emperor realm cultivator at the peak of her cultivation, carefully and considerately rubbed his feet, and Xiao Ye was very satisfied. A little harder. Not enough, harder. Hiss. I told you to be a little harder, but don't go overboard all at once, a little lighter. This guy is really bossing people around. If the recently deceased patriarch of the Wu family saw this, he would be absolutely shocked. This guy is treated better than an emperor. Zhang Zunan was a little absent-minded, still thinking about her mistress. Xiao Ye looked down at the delicate maid who was rubbing her feet, and was somewhat moved. He said, Little maid, I have no one to serve me tonight. Aren't you a little maid? Warm my bed. Upon hearing this, Zhang Zunan's beautiful eyes lit up, and her attention instantly shifted from her mistress back. She said excitedly, Yes, sir, he. Now that she had become her sir's maid, she would do her best to do what a maid should do. Zhang Zunan was determined to become the little maid that her sir and mistress liked the most. On the other side, on the top floor of the palace villa. After entering the room, Ziran frowned and covered her nose with her hand. The room reeked of alcohol. She glanced around and saw the Empress of Hangzhou, holding a wine jug, drowning her sorrows in alcohol on the sofa. Gu Qingcheng was curled up, slumped on the sofa, her face exhausted, her small hands holding the wine jug, recklessly chugging wine. Wine gushed out, splashing onto her drunken face, sliding down her beautiful cheeks, and dripping onto her white robe, soaking it without her noticing. Ziran quietly walked over and sat down beside her, her hand under her chin, silently watching her. Seeing her best friend in such a state, Ziran felt a pang of pain in her heart. Gu Qingcheng's eyes were red, she was already drunk. She asked, Ziran, can I be with Xiao Ye? Chapter 496 Gu Qingcheng, I'll confess my feelings tomorrow. Ziran asked, What, you want to be with my Xiao Ye? Gu Qingcheng, tipsy, revealed a mixture of sadness and adoration in her voice. Yes, ever since I met him, after he massaged me, I've fallen for him. Now I'm practically completely smitten, I want to win him over every moment. I've learned so many seduction techniques, soaking my feet with him, wearing black stockings, and even changing my white robe into a tight-fitting one, and I want to help him every moment. Ziran was stunned. She hadn't realized how much Qingcheng had sacrificed. The once domineering and aloof Empress of Hangzhou had become a lovesick spinster, changing herself so drastically for a man, learning shameful seduction techniques. She was completely distraught over him. Ziran glanced at the deeply drunk Empress of Hangzhou, who spoke without thinking. At this moment, she looked nothing like the Empress of Hangzhou. She was just a lovesick young woman drowning her sorrows in alcohol. Gu Qingcheng said, Ziran, I'm going to confess to Xiao Ye tomorrow and ask to be his beast girl. Do you think he'll say yes? Ziran was startled. Confessing tomorrow? Maybe. Xiao Ye told me he has feelings for you. Especially your unique destiny template, he's very envious. Gu Qingcheng grinned, her delicate, slightly tipsy face beaming with happiness. But then, a hint of resentment and dissatisfaction crept in. She reached up and touched her long legs and proud breasts, saying, He's only interested in my destiny template? I'm curvy and can be both domineering and mature. Doesn't he have any feelings for me as a person? HMPH, my figure isn't any worse than yours, and my face isn't any uglier. He can like a slut like you, Ziren, but he can't like a pure and innocent empress like me? Ziren's lips twitched. Good grief, she actually called me a slut. Although she was a bit wild in bed, she wasn't at all like that in everyday life. Then, Ziren's lips curled into a smile. Perhaps, Xiao Ye likes this little vixen. You're too proper, too domineering and aloof, keeping everyone at arm's length. Even if every man in the world is interested in you, he wouldn't dare approach you. Gu Qingchang's eyes reddened, brimming with tears. But I've tried my best to change myself. I even wore black stockings. And I even had Xiao Ye tear my stockings. Doesn't he have any interest in me at all? Ziren looked at her, who was almost crying, and said, of course Xiao Ye is interested in you. With your face and your figure, what man in the world wouldn't like you? Xiao Ye is just a little pervert. He's probably had feelings for you for a long time, but he hasn't shown them because you're my best friend. Gu Qingchang's beautiful eyes lit up, and her whole face brightened. Ha ha ha, so Xiao Ye not only likes my template, but also likes me as a person. Ziren, I've decided, I'm going to confess to Xiao Ye tomorrow. You have to help me. By the way, you don't object to me being with Xiao Ye, right? Ziren nodded. Why would I object? I'll help you. Tomorrow I'll create an opportunity for you two, and give him some psychological hints. I guarantee he'll say yes. HMPH, if he doesn't say yes, I'll make sure he can't sleep in my bed for 3 days. Gu Qingcheng, I'm so looking forward to tomorrow. As she spoke, she fell asleep, her lips still curled up, a joyful smile on her face. The wine pot slipped from her hand and smashed onto Oren, spilling all the wine, splashing onto her body and soaking into her clothes. Ziren walked over helplessly, cleaned up the wine pot, and then stripped Gu Qingchang naked. She carried her into the bedroom, used her energy to evaporate all the wine, and threw her heavily onto the bed. After covering her with a blanket, she closed the door and went downstairs. Back on the first floor, Ziren couldn't find anyone. Where did Xiao Ye and Zhang Zunan go? She released her divine sense to perceive Xiao Ye's aura. In the bedroom on the third floor, Zhang Zunan's aura was still there, the two auras mixed together, seemingly engaged in some unknown activity. Ziren's face darkened, and she angrily said, so, Xiao Ye, I was only gone for a short while, and you couldn't resist making a move on the little maid. HMPH, Qingchang's matter hasn't been resolved yet. She grumbled as she went up to the third floor, reached the bedroom door, and peeked inside. Ziren's pupils contracted. Master, how long will it take to warm the bed? It's done, you can come down now. Inside the bedroom, Xiao Ye stood below the bed, speaking to the little maid on the bed. The little maid lay in bed, grinning. My lord, do you only need me to warm the bed? Do you need any other services? Xiao Ye had already noticed Ziren standing at the door, so he calmly said, no need, warming the bed is enough. Xiao Ye, I'm a gentleman, I would never lay a hand on our little maid. Get down, hurry up. Zhang Zunan landed, her face full of anticipation, and grinned, my lord, please get into bed, the blankets are already very warm. Xiao Ye waved his hand, indicating that she should leave. I want to watch my lord get into bed, Zhang Zunan said. Xiao Ye pushed the little maid out, and at the door he bumped into Ziren, who was peeking, and pretended to be surprised. Sister Ziren, what are you doing here? Didn't you tell me to sleep alone? Ziren snorted, if I hadn't come, some old man might have been doing something with a little maid. I'm warning you, you need to conserve your energy these next few days, there's a very important thing you need to do tomorrow. Xiao Ye nodded, indeed there was a very important thing. Ziren raised an eyebrow. You know Qingchang is going to confess to you tomorrow? Xiao Ye was taken aback. Huh? Who is Qingchang going to confess to? To me? And tomorrow? Ziren thought to herself, oh no, that's not what he was talking about. I've already revealed everything. Xiao Ye felt a little excited, but still puzzled. He said, doesn't Qingchang already have a Mr. Right? I've only known her for half a month. That Mr. Right can't be me, right? Ziren rolled her eyes speechlessly. I only knew you for half a month, and I fell for you too. You can't measure liking someone by time. Otherwise, how could there be love at first sight? If it's fast, you'll fall for someone at first sight. If it's slow, you'll fall for someone over time through daily interactions. If it's fast and slow, it's reasonable for Qingchang to fall for you within half a month. Xiao Ye was greatly shocked, and secretly pleased. I get it. Sister King Chang fell for me at first sight. I'm just too charming, she couldn't help but fall for me. Sigh, being too outstanding is a problem. Xiao Ye grinned, quite smugly. Ziran's lips twitched, and she grabbed his manhood, threatening, "You'd better promise me you'll accept King Chang's advances tomorrow, or I'll castrate you right now." Xiao Ye. Chapter 497 The Empress of Hangzhou begins to confess her love. No way. How can someone drown their wife just because she's holding their manhood hostage and threatening them not to marry another woman? If he had a mistress, it would be normal for his wife to castrate him. Ziran stared with her beautiful eyes, her grip tightening, and said, quickly, "Tell me, do you agree or not?" Xiao Ye trembled. Was Sister Ziran serious? He straightened his chest, nonchalantly saying, "Whether I agree or not is my business. Sister Ziran, if you want to castrate me, then castrate me. If you're willing to." Ziran's face darkened, and she withdrew her hand, saying, "HMPH, of course I'm unwilling. If you become a eunuch, what will happen to my future sexual happiness? Then will you accept King Chang's proposal tomorrow?" Xiao Ye stroked Ziran's hair and smiled. "Sister King Chang, is she really going to confess to me tomorrow?" Ziran nestled into his arms, hugging him tightly, her face pressed against his chest, and softly said, "Yes, King Chang told me herself just now. She even asked me to help her create an opportunity." Xiao Ye nodded, indicating he understood the situation, and asked, "You want me to accept Sister King Chang, but what about Sister Yanbing and Sister Yangxi? If I accept Sister King Chang, one day I will form a contract with her, but if I take in a new beast girl, it's not just my business, it concerns the entire beast girl family." Ziran hesitated, not thinking too much about it, and pondered, "Xiao Zai and Xiao Bing will most likely agree. We swore together that we would marry the same man and be best friends for life. Think about it, when I wanted to be with you, Xiao Bing didn't stop me. When Xiao Zai wanted to be with you, Xiao Bing and I not only didn't stop us, but we even tried to foster your relationship and get you together. Qing Cheng is the eldest of our 4 sisters. If she wants to be with you, we won't stop you either." Xiao Ye understood, his brow furrowing in thought. Cheng Bingxi and Nangang Xiao probably wouldn't stop him either. That made things easier. Seeing that he remained silent, Ziran became anxious and pleaded, "Xiao Ye, just agree to Qing Cheng's proposal. I'm begging you. If you agree, I'll do anything you want, wherever you are, whatever position you want me to learn, I'll fulfill your wish." Xiao Ye had already made up his mind, he would accept Qing Cheng's proposal tomorrow. Seeing Ziran's expression, he suddenly had the urge to tease her. He pretended to ponder, held up one finger, and said, "1 month. From now on, you and I are only allowed to exercise once a month. I don't need you to learn any positions." Ziran's face darkened. "Once a day is fine, but once a month? Are you trying to quit me?" she said through gritted teeth. Xiao Ye sighed and said, "If you could quit, that would be great, but unfortunately, you can't." Ziran gritted her teeth, opened her mouth and bit his arm, muttering resentfully, "Fine, you really want to quit me? We made a contract, and it hasn't even been a month, and you already want to quit me?" Xiao Ye gasped, startled by the bite. Was Ziran a dog? She actually bit him. He almost cried out in pain, and hurriedly said, "Then name your price, I'll hear it." Ziran loosened her grip and snorted, "Once a week. No less than that. I've been a virgin for 1,500 years, and now I'm at the age where I'm as virgin as a wolf." Xiao Ye decisively said, "Deal." Ziran? Her head was full of question marks. Had she said too little? She should have said once a day. Xiao Ye chuckled and said, "Then it's settled, no backing out. With so many beast girls, you should be secretly happy to agree to this condition." Ziran thought about it and realized it was true. With so many beast girls, it was already very good that she could get it once a week. Xiao Ye continued, "I will accept Sister King Chang's proposal tomorrow. But I also have my own things to do. I need to find some resources to summon a supreme treasure called the Time-Space Palace. It's a 2-dimensional world, where 3 years inside equals 1 day outside. It's an extremely useful top-tier treasure." Ziran's eyes widened in shock. Time-Space Palace? Never heard of it. But isn't that a cultivation cheat code? 1 day outside equals 3 years of cultivation inside the Time-Space Palace. Wow, that's terrifying. Xiao Ye nodded. "So I must get my hands on the resources to summon the Time-Space Palace. What do you think?" Ziran's eyes burned with desire, her mouth dry. She licked her lips and said, "Whatever you think, that's what I think. If we have the chance to get our hands on such a top-tier treasure, we definitely have to." After discussing their plans, the two went to bed and fell asleep in each other's arms. The next morning. First floor living room. Xiao Ye had Ziran use her creation-type talent skill to materialize several simple breakfast options from Shanghai. Soup dumplings, sweet tofu pudding, spicy soy milk, heart-shaped fried dough sticks, and more. Jiang Zunyan stood to the side, preparing tissues, straws, and plates. Gu Qingcheng came down the stairs at this moment, wearing light makeup that made her already exquisite and beautiful face even more refined and pretty. She was also wearing a brand new JK mini skirt and white sneakers, revealing a pair of long, straight, slender legs clad in black stockings. Ziran sat opposite Xiao Ye and winked at him. Xiao Ye pulled out a chair next to him, looking at the Empress of Hangzhou with a smile. His magnetic male voice rang out, "Sister Qingcheng, come and have breakfast." Gu Qingcheng was initially a little uneasy and nervous, but after seeing Xiao Ye's gentle and friendly smile, she immediately relaxed and went over to sit next to him. Xiao Ye placed a heart-shaped fried dough stick on her plate, smiling. "This type of fried dough stick is a specialty of Shanghai. Try it." Gu Qingcheng looked at the heart-shaped fried dough stick in her bowl, and her delicate face flushed instantly. "Yesterday, he was so cold to me, but today he's so warm and even gave me a heart-shaped fried dough stick." Was he trying to say something? Ziran smiled. "Qingcheng, in Shanghai, only couples eat heart-shaped fried dough sticks." Ugh! Gu Qingcheng's eyes widened. Xiao Ye also placed a heart-shaped fried dough stick on his plate, saying as he ate, "Sister Qingcheng, eat quickly. After breakfast, you have something to do today that will affect your lifelong happiness." Gu Qingcheng had just picked up her chopsticks when she froze, her beautiful eyes filled with disbelief. How did he know that I had to do something today that would affect my lifelong happiness? Could it be that Ziran had already told him something? Ziran blinked and said, "Qingcheng, what are you standing there for? Eat up. We guarantee you'll get what you want to do today." Chapter 498 Empress, I indirectly kissed Xiao Ye. Seeing the smiling faces of Ziran and Xiao Ye, Gu Qingcheng understood perfectly well that Ziran had already told Xiao Ye everything she was going to do that day. She clenched her toes shyly. Xiao Ye had found out about her confession beforehand. Gu Qingcheng lowered her head, almost burying her face in the plate. She took bites of the heart-shaped fried dough stick, feeling extremely shy. What did Xiao Ye mean by putting a heart-shaped fried dough stick in her mouth? Ziran had even said that heart-shaped fried dough sticks were only for couples, and that her wish would come true today. The joyful voice of Gu Qingcheng echoed in her mind, "Little Gu, your confession is a sure thing. That vixen Ziran has cleared the obstacles for you and even provided psychological counseling for our husband. I predict that after your confession, he will most likely accept it. You don't need to overthink it, just confess normally." Gu Qingcheng paused, secretly delighted, and exclaimed, "Really? That's wonderful. Ziran truly is my best friend. If this succeeds, she'll be the biggest contributor." Gu Qingcheng's face darkened. "The biggest contributor is me. If I hadn't given you advice and suggested using all sorts of seduction techniques, would our husband have fallen for you? Without Ziran's help, our husband would most likely have been won over by you after your confession." Gu Qingcheng nodded and said, Yes, you are all the biggest contributors. You've put in a lot of effort and thought. Thank you for your hard work." Xiao Ye took the straw from the little maid, dipped it into the spicy soy milk, and handed it to the Empress of Hangzhou, smiling. "How can you eat heart-shaped fried dough sticks without soy milk?" Gu Qingcheng took it without hesitation, her small hand touching his rough hand, and her face flushed instantly. She bit the straw and took a few sips, almost spitting it all out. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. "So spicy, it's killing me." Gu Qingcheng fanned herself with her fair little hands, pouting her rosy cherry lips, exhaling continuously. Ziran scratched her head, embarrassed, and said, "This is devilishly spicy soy milk. Qingcheng, you'll get used to it after drinking it a few more times. You'll get diarrhea a few times, and then you'll like this soy milk." Diarrhea? Gu Qingcheng's beautiful eyes widened, feeling a little doubtful about life. Is this kind of spicy soy milk made from devilish peppers really edible? Can it really be eaten for breakfast? And she has to get diarrhea a few times before she can eat it normally. Xiao Ye was puzzled. Is it really that spicy? He took the spicy soy milk that the Hangzhou Empress had just drunk, ignoring the lipstick stains on the straw, and bit down hard, taking a large sip. Hiss. Xiao Ye felt as if 1,000 sharp knives were stabbing his mouth, a burning pain. But his face remained expressionless. Ziran asked curiously, "Xiao Ye, how is it?" Xiao Ye handed her the spicy soy milk, pretending to be relaxed, and said with a smile, "It only has a mild spiciness. Try a few sips." Gu Qingcheng blushed even more when she saw Xiao Ye drink from the straw she had used. "Ah, is this considered an indirect kiss? I kissed Xiao Ye, so embarrassing. But why is there an uncontrollable little excitement in my heart?" Ziran took the spicy soy milk with a suspicious look, disdainfully pulled out the straw with the lipstick stains and threw it away, opened the lid, tilted her head back, opened her mouth, and took a few big gulps. PFFT. Ziran spat it out, splashing water all over the floor. Whoosh! Whoosh! It's so spicy, it's killing me. She fanned herself while glaring at Xiao Ye with her beautiful eyes, huffing, "Xiao Ye, you tricked me. I'm telling you, I'm angry." Xiao Ye waved his hand, conjuring a glass of cool water, and handed it to Gu Qingcheng, smiling, "Qingcheng, rinse your mouth to relieve the spiciness." Gu Qingcheng pointed at the huffing Ziran, "Why don't you give it to Ziran?" Xiao Ye shook his head, "Ziran can conjure it herself, you drink it." Gu Qingcheng's face lit up with joy, and she happily took the glass, taking a few sips with secret delight. "Haha, Xiao Ye actually gave me the cool water. Does this mean that in Xiao Ye's heart, I'm more important than Ziran?" Ziran's beautiful eyes glared, almost spitting fire. Xiao Ye spoke up, "Sister Ziran, conjure 2 glasses of cool boiled water, I want some." Ziran was taken aback. "Good grief, you won't give it to me, and now you want me to conjure one for you?" Seeing the situation was turning sour, Zhang Zunan quickly grabbed 2 empty glasses, poured 2 cups from the kettle, and said with a grin, "My lord, Sister Ziran, please have some water." Ziran rinsed her mouth and laughed, "Little Zunan is so thoughtful, humph, unlike someone who gives cool boiled water to his wife's best friend instead of his wife's." She glared at Xiao Ye. Xiao Ye rinsed his mouth and said, "It's all right, they're all my wives, it doesn't matter who gets it." Gu Qingcheng froze, her drinking motion halting. "Ah, Xiao Ye means I'm his wife too? Today's confession is a sure thing." A smile curved her lips, her happiness written all over her face. 10 minutes later, breakfast was finished. Ziran leaned closer to Xiao Ye, slipped her small hand inside his shirt, and pinched his soft waist hard, whispering, "Xiao Ye, you've just found a new love and you're already neglecting your old flame? We've only been together for a month. You're already tired of me?" Xiao Ye gasped in pain and quickly waved his hands, "No, don't overthink it." Ziran seized the opportunity to make a condition, "No, you have to make it up to me. Reward me today, but it doesn't count as once a week." Xiao Ye's face flushed, Okay, I promise, alright? Let go." Ziran snorted and finally released him. Gu Qingcheng coughed and gave Ziran a wink. Ziran understood and said, "Xiao Ye, the sunrise is coming soon. From the rooftop of this palace, we can see a panoramic view of Hangzhou. Let's go up and enjoy the sunrise." Xiao Ye's lips twitched. "No, what's so interesting about the sunrise?" Ziran's beautiful eyes widened. "Are you going or not?" Xiao Ye was taken aback. "Do I have to go?" Ziran nodded. "You have to go." Zhang Zunan chimed in, "My lord, you have to go. What's so interesting about the sunrise? The important thing is, who will watch it with you?" Even if Xiao Ye was a bit slow, he understood now. He glanced at Gu Qingcheng, whose beautiful eyes were full of expectation, and immediately understood. "Okay, I haven't seen the sunrise in a long time. I'm in a good mood today, let's go." Ziran took Xiao Ye's hand and went upstairs to the rooftop of the city lord's palace. The city lord's palace was located on high ground, and the palace itself was built on a mountain top. From the rooftop, one could see the entire city of Hangzhou. Upon reaching the rooftop, Ziran pushed Xiao Ye out. Xiao Ye staggered and entered the heart-shaped floral wreath that had been prepared on the rooftop. He glanced around, gazing at the vibrant scene of roses filling the rooftop, and his conviction deepened. The Empress of Hangzhou is about to confess her love here. And the object of her confession was none other than him, Xiao Ye. Chapter 499 Empress, I love you, I want to be your beast girl. Thorny, bright red roses carpeted the entire rooftop, leaving only a narrow passageway for two people and a heart-shaped platform. A gentle breeze caressed his face, causing Xiao Ye's hair to flutter. Crimson sunlight streamed in from the mountaintop, its soft, radiant rays illuminating him, brushing against his sharply defined, handsome face, and falling upon the fallen roses. Xiao Ye. A crisp, melodious voice called from the stairwell entrance. He turned and nearly stared in disbelief. Gu Qingcheng, her beautiful eyes sparkling with spring, her face slightly flushed, wore a high black ponytail, a JK miniskirt, and sophisticated black stockings over her long legs, paired with youthful white sneakers. She carried a bouquet of the most vibrant roses and gracefully walked towards him through the passageway. As for Ziran, she had long since disappeared, secretly watching from some corner. Ziran and Zhang Zunyu were perched atop a distant mountain peak, their little huts peeking out, their pretty faces filled with excitement as they watched them. Here she comes. Here she comes. The mistress is going to confess. So exciting. We four sisters are finally all marrying the same man. Being best friends for life, it's so exciting. In their view, on a distant rooftop, Xiao Ye's lips curled into a smile as he stared intently at the Hangzhou Empress walking towards him. Gu Qingcheng stepped onto the heart-shaped platform, holding flowers in her hands, her face flushed, and said, Xiao Ye, I. Xiao Ye raised an eyebrow. What are you going to do? I love you. I want to be your beast girl. Gu Qingcheng shouted in her heart. But when she tried to say it aloud, she found it difficult to utter, feeling incredibly embarrassed. Seeing the stammering Empress of Hangzhou, Xiao Ye spoke up for her, encouraging her, Sister Qingcheng, if you like it, just say it out loud. How will others know what you're thinking if you don't say it? Gu Qingcheng gritted her teeth. Xiao Ye, I. She was a little frustrated. Why couldn't she say the words? Her divine soul offered her psychological counseling, saying, Little Gu, treat this as a perfectly normal thing. Just say it naturally. There's no need to be nervous. Gu Qingcheng took a deep breath and responded in her mind, okay. Seeing her stunned, Xiao Ye said, Sister Qingcheng, can you hurry? I need to pee. Huh? Gu Qingcheng was taken aback, then quickly said, I'll be right back. Please hold it in and don't pee in your pants. It won't be long. Xiao Ye. He was just joking, and you actually took it seriously? Gu Qingcheng adjusted her tone, her voice sincere and her words heartfelt as she softly said, Xiao Ye, I like you. Can I be your beast girl? Her delicate face was filled with anticipation, her beautiful eyes fixed on Xiao Ye. Xiao Ye blinked and said, Sister Qingcheng, could you speak louder? I didn't hear you. Huh? Gu Qingcheng was dumbfounded. He couldn't hear her at such close range? So, she mustered her strength and shouted firmly, Xiao Ye, I love you. Gu Qingcheng, can I be your beast girl? Her voice soared into the sky, sweeping across the entire city lord's mansion, echoing far and wide. On the mountaintop, hearing the echoing voice, Ziran and Zhang Zunyu looked on in astonishment. They exchanged a glance, both seeing the shock in each other's eyes. Wow, the mistress is so bold. She has to shout like that to confess her feelings. Does she want the whole of Hangzhou to know? This good friend of yours seems to be deeply in love, throwing aside her pride to shout her confession like a cannon. Sister Ziran, do you also shout like that when you confess? Me? I don't have the guts. Xiao Ye and I secretly told him in our room. Wow, in bed? You're pretty weird, Sister Ziran. Nonsense. Who confesses in bed? Shut up. Sister Ziran, did the mistress succeed in her confession? Xiao Ye hasn't replied yet. While the two were whispering, inside the vast city lord's mansion in Hangzhou, the soldiers on duty and the cleaning ladies all heard Gu Qingcheng's bold confession. They looked towards the bedroom in shock. That's the Empress's voice. Holy crap, what did the Empress just say? Who did she declare her love for? And she wants to be that person's beast girl. That person's name is Xiao Ye. Didn't you hear her shouting so loudly? Hiss. Xiao Ye? Isn't that the womanizer in Hangzhou a while ago? He actually managed to win over our Empress. No, that womanizer was just pretending to be the Empress's friend. Damn, so the Empress has really fallen for him. So, do you think Xiao Ye will accept the Empress's confession? Of course he will. She's our Empress of Hangzhou. Haha, maybe it won't be long before we get to eat at the Empress's wedding feast. Inside the city lord's mansion, some people became listless, while others became incredibly excited. In the center of the city lord's mansion, On the roof of the city lord's bedroom. Xiao Ye's lips twitched. I told you to speak louder, not to shout. You've made me almost deaf. Gu Qingcheng was extremely nervous. She handed the roses to Xiao Ye and cautiously asked, Xiao Ye, did you hear me? If you didn't hear me, I can confess again. Xiao Ye's face darkened. He quickly took the roses and said, I heard you now. Gu Qingcheng breathed a sigh of relief. So what do you mean? Xiao Ye stepped forward, holding the flowers in his left hand and wrapping his right arm around Gu Qingcheng's soft waist. His starry eyes were fixed on her, and he said seriously, I say yes. Gu Qingcheng's delicate face was full of surprise. Being hugged in her sensitive area made her legs go weak. She said, then go pee, I'm done confessing. Xiao Ye raised an eyebrow and said, it takes me 10 minutes to pee. Do you want me to go? Gu Qingcheng hesitated, saying, why don't you just hold it in? I want to hug you for a while. Xiao Ye. I was just kidding. How could I leave now? Even if I need to go to the toilet, I have to do it in my pants. Gu Qingcheng chuckled. It's not as serious as you make it out to be. Xiao Ye smiled and said, Sister Qingcheng, do you really want to be my beast girl and form a contract with me? Gu Qingcheng nodded. Of course. No matter how many beast girls you have, I want to be your wife. Xiao Ye's smile stretched from ear to ear, and he breathed on the delicate earlobe of the Hangzhou Empress, whispering, Sister Qingcheng, close your eyes. Gu Qingcheng's delicate face flushed instantly. A maid's blush is more powerful than any sweet talk. She had seen many action movies and knew what Xiao Ye was about to do, so she immediately closed her eyes, her eyelashes fluttering. She pouted her rosy lips, looking ready to be taken. Seeing her like this, Xiao Ye's appetite was whetted, and he pounced on her. Chapter 500 The Shy Empress of Hangzhou. On a distant mountaintop, two delicate figures who had been lying down stood up. Zhang Zunan's face was filled with excitement as she exclaimed, They kissed. They kissed. The master and mistress are finally together. I knew it. They were meant to be together, and no one could separate them. Ziran glanced at her. When did you say that? By the way, Qingcheng and Xiao Ye are officially together now. I want to record this precious moment. She flashed onto the rooftop, standing not far from Xiao Ye and Gu Qingcheng, and set up her camera. As Xiao Ye and Gu Qingcheng leaned against each other, a click captured the beautiful scene. Gu Qingcheng's eyelashes trembled as she felt the intense softness. Her graceful body trembled violently. Xiao Ye felt a cool sensation on his lips, along with a sweet taste. His rough hands unconsciously tightened around her slender waist, gently squeezing it twice. Ugh! Gu Qingcheng's body went limp, her legs gave way, and she collapsed onto Xiao Ye. Xiao Ye looked at the flushed face of the Hangzhou Empress and thought she had a fever. He didn't go any deeper, just gave her a light kiss and laughed. Don't rush, there'll be plenty of time later. Gu Qingcheng said coquettishly, You're pinching my waist. I can't walk anymore. Gu Qingcheng's spirit watched from within the sea of consciousness, her mouth going dry, and she licked her red lips with her little mouth. Little Gu, how does it feel? She asked in her mind. Gu Qingcheng's slightly shy voice echoed in her mind. I feel a sweet feeling in my heart, like I've eaten a candied date. Wonderful. The divine soul Gu Qingcheng's eyes darted around, and she said brightly, How about I take control of the body later and let me experience the feeling of kissing my husband? Gu Qingcheng immediately refused. No, I haven't kissed enough yet. I'll let you have your turn after I've kissed enough. You've already tasted your husband's sweetness in the future, and you're still not satisfied? The divine soul Gu Qingcheng's pretty face darkened. I've guarded an empty room for 100 years, and you say I've had enough? Gu Qingcheng's expression froze. She almost forgot that her future self was a resentful woman with unsatisfied desires. Although she was her husband's beast girl, her husband rarely favored her in the future. Old Gu, don't worry, I'll make up for all the favor you've missed. After I'm satisfied, you'll take control of my body. The soul Gu Qingcheng nodded. You have to keep your word. Gu Qingcheng, a virgin's word is her bond. The soul Gu Qingcheng's lips twitched. You said you're a virgin. Satisfying you won't be easy. Will your husband handle it? Xiao Ye looked at the soft beauty in his arms, completely unaware of the shocking, raunchy conversation she was having. He walked to the railing, and together with Gu Qingcheng, facing the warm sunlight, said, Sister Qingcheng, how many men have you liked? Gu Qingcheng shook her head. None. No man has ever moved me before. You're the first. I've lived for 1,500 years, either cultivating or fighting. A strange look appeared on Xiao Ye's face. Then how did you deal with loneliness before? Gu Qingcheng's pretty face turned bright red. How was she supposed to answer this question? I've never been lonely. Xiao Ye's lips curled into a smile. Ziren told me she saw an electric toy on your bedside table, and also a book about Liu Bei. Gu Qingcheng's eyes widened. Ah, Ziren actually told Xiao Ye all that? She became a little anxious and said, I've never used that, really. Having just started dating Xiao Ye, she was afraid of lowering her image in his eyes. Why? Because she cared about Xiao Ye's opinion. Looking at the eager beauty in his arms, Xiao Ye put away his teasing intentions and smiled. I believe you. Your toy packaging wasn't even opened, and Ziren told me all that. Gu Qingcheng breathed a sigh of relief, lowering her head somewhat shyly. Talking about such embarrassing topics so soon after starting dating him was so awkward. Xiao Ye smiled at her and said, From now on, if you're lonely, you don't need to take a cold shower to calm down, just come to me. Gu Qingcheng nodded, She wouldn't have to hold it in anymore, that's great. Xiao Ye thought for a moment and said, I'll find some time for you to meet my beast girls. You need to prepare. Let me make it clear first, I don't like my beast girls fighting and scheming against each other. After you meet them, you must get along harmoniously. Gu Qingcheng smiled and said, I know my limits. Gu Qingcheng, am not the kind of woman who gets jealous easily. Xiao Ye smiled. Whether someone gets jealous or not isn't just a matter of words. He hoped she really wouldn't be jealous. He glanced over and saw the two women hiding behind the door, saying, Ziren, little maid, what are you doing over there? Ziren and Jiang Zunyu walked out with smiles. We didn't see anything just now, you can continue. Xiao Ye was speechless. You were peeking the whole time, blatantly lying. Gu Qingcheng clenched her fists in embarrassment. They had seen everything. Ziren, no longer bothering to hide her feelings, exclaimed happily, Qingcheng, I never expected you to be so bold. Your confession was so loud, the whole of Hongzhou almost heard it. I just took a picture of you too, here it is. She pulled a raw, unedited photo from her pocket and handed it to Gu Qingcheng. Gu Qingcheng took it and a smile unconsciously crept onto her lips. In the photo, she and Xiao Ye were embracing and biting their lips, bathed in golden sunlight, making them radiant and incredibly beautiful. Want it? If you want it, I'll give it to you, Ziren said. Gu Qingcheng stuffed the photo into her pocket, saying, It's mine anyway, I'm going to keep it. Ziren grinned. I printed out several copies and sent them to Xiaoxi and Xiabing. By the way, Xiaoxi and Qinzir are probably coming to Hongzhou today. They're both Xiao Ye's beast girls. Zira and I are getting married at the same time, but Xiaoxi hasn't married Xiao Ye yet. You two should find a good day and marry Xiao Ye together. I think Hongzhou is a good place, let's have the wedding here. Gu Qingcheng's beautiful eyes widened. Getting married so soon? Ziren pouted. Otherwise, you can wait, but Xiaoxi can't. Xiao Ye came to Hongzhou on business the day after he and Xiaoxi got together. Like you, she hasn't been with Xiao Ye for very long. Xiao Ye was a little surprised. Zira's coming too? That's perfect, she's finished collecting all the resources for her template upgrade. Today is the perfect day to upgrade her template. Sister Ziren, tell Xiabing and Binxi to stop cultivating and rest for a while. After I gather the resources and obtain the time-space palace, you can all cultivate together there. Ziren's beautiful eyes lit up, and she clapped her hands happily, saying, Great. Binxi and Xiao cultivate every minute of every day, they're exhausted. A rest is good. Once you obtain the time-space palace, you won't need to cultivate day and night anymore. People aren't machines. I'll go and bring them all over now, and you can treat them well. Xiao Ye's lips twitched. Bring them all over? Would he still be able to get out of bed? He hurriedly waved his hand and said, Just bring Sister Yangxi and Zir over. I still need to massage Sister Qingcheng today. End of this chapter. Thank you so much for reading until the end. Don't forget to give it a like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription or donation encourages us to continue. Thank you all. See you in the next video.